Chapter 8:15. Be a commoner, drink alcohol and eat meat. 6. The protected ones should be the small animals in the mountains. Fortunately, Young only came to pick some herbal medicine. If Young lived in the mountains year-round, wouldn't she scare away all the small animals? While walking, Young suddenly stopped. Master Du did not expect her to stop so abruptly and bumped right into a human wall, nearly falling as his steps wavered. A pale hand quickly grabbed his wrist and then just as swiftly let go. Watch where you're going. Master Du steadied himself. What happened? Young looked around. It seems we're lost. By this time, the sky had gradually darkened, and various sounds of small animals echoed through the forest, which would certainly make anyone with a faint heart tremble with fear. Master Du, who had plenty of outdoor experience, said, "It's the ghost hitting the wall." Young massaged her temples. What should we do? Master Du remained unperturbed, playing with his Buddha beads. Now we can only wait until the sun comes out tomorrow morning to leave. Young sighed and took off her backpack. Then that's the only option. Master Du looked at Young bewildered. Ghost hitting the wall, aren't you afraid? A normal young lady hearing ghost hitting the wall wouldn't react so indifferently. Young sat down against a pine tree. What's there to be afraid of? It's not like there are real ghosts. The mountains harbored miasma, and it was pitch black all around. Encountering ghost hitting the wall was quite normal. Actually, ghost hitting the wall isn't really about ghosts, it's just a phenomenon. Biology had already provided a definite answer. When people lose their sense of direction, everything around them appears circular, so they keep going around in the same place. They can only wait for the sun to come out in the morning to regain their sense of direction. Master Du chuckled. You seem to know quite a bit. That I do, Young replied unabashedly. Master Du played with his Buddha beads and remained silent. Young took a water bottle out of her backpack, took several gulps, and then turned to Master Du. Are you thirsty? After walking half a day in the mountains, how could he not be thirsty? But sharing a water bottle between a man and a woman? That seemed somewhat improper. Just then, Young tossed him a bright red fruit. This wild fruit is full of water and quenches thirst very well. Master Du paused, then accurately caught the wild fruit. Thank you. Young continued. If one isn't enough, there are more in the backpack. Where did they come from? Master Du asked. I picked them while I was gathering herbal medicine, Young replied. Master Du bit into a wild fruit. Crunch. Indeed, the fruit was very juicy and crispy. It tasted great. As darkness deepened, Young pulled a shiny bead out of her pocket and placed it on a branch, instantly lighting up the area. A good item indeed. It was far better than an electric light. Master Du, surprised, said, I thought you sold that bead? Young took out a dagger and swiftly slit the throat of the roasted chicken. I was planning to sell it, but unfortunately, I met a boss who didn't appreciate its value. I see. Master Du's expression softened, turning to look at Young, and his gaze shifted back to astonishment. What are you doing? Killing the chicken, Young answered casually. Why kill the chicken? Young responded incredulously. Of course, to eat it. Do you want to go hungry tonight? After a pause, Young added, do you know how to make a fire? There was no shortage of twigs all over the mountain. I don't have matches, Master Du said. You don't smoke? Young asked. Grandpa Du shook his head. Not smoking is good, Young continued. Then do you know how to start a fire by rubbing sticks together? Rubbing sticks together to start a fire. Grandpa Du, with a bewildered look on his face, said, I'm not a caveman. Then do you know how to kill a chicken? Young asked again. I'm not a butcher either, Grandpa Du replied. Though Grandpa Du had extensive wilderness experience, it didn't mean he knew how to do everything. Moreover, whenever he was in the wilderness, there were always plenty of people around him, so there was no need for him to do anything himself. Young, speechless, said, How come you don't know how to do anything? Grandpa Du, I'm not omnipotent. Young slightly raised her eyebrows. Then can you eat? Grandpa Du. Young, with a look of disdain, said, Forget it, I'll do it myself. Self-reliance ensures abundance. Grandpa Do. Soon, the air was filled with the sizzling sound of fat dripping and the distinctive aroma of roasted chicken. Grandpa Do hadn't imagined that the principle of creating fire by rubbing with sticks was actually real. He was even more surprised that Yang could roast a wild chicken so deliciously in the wilderness. The bright flames reflected a pair of shallow eyes. She propped her chin with one hand and held a stick with the other, focusing entirely on the oil-sputtering roasted chicken. This reminded Grandpa Do of the firefox he was raising. Grandpa Do leaned against the pine tree, casually withdrew his gaze, and looked up at the sky. The sky was filled with brilliant stars, the splendid Milky Way, where the cowherd and the weaver girl stared at each other from afar. Grandpa Do's fingers moved slightly, the Buddha beads also moved, and just then, a savory chicken leg was handed over. Here, eat. While talking, Yang had already taken a big bite from the chicken leg in her hand. Grandpa Do silently recited in his heart, meat and wine pass through the intestines, Buddha stays in the heart, then took the chicken leg. Thank you. You're welcome, I couldn't finish it by myself anyway, Yang said nonchalantly. The chicken leg was deliciously roasted, crispy on the outside and tender on the inside, with each bite filling his mouth with meat. Grandpa Do hadn't felt this satisfied in a long time. At that moment, he felt that being a common man who drinks and eats meat wasn't too bad after all. After finishing the roasted chicken, Yang sighed. I wonder if my master and mistress are worried. After all, she hadn't returned for the night. They probably aren't, Grandpa Do said. Why? Yang turned to look at Grandpa Do. Grandpa Do, twirling the Buddha beads, said, I think, when Mr. Wang asked me to come with you, he already anticipated the ghost hitting the wall. After all, Mr. Wang lived at the foot of the mountain, and he must be very familiar with the conditions in the mountain. He was so worried about Yang probably because he feared that she would be frightened if she encountered the ghost hitting the wall alone. Yang stood up and said, That makes sense. I won't talk anymore, I'm going to sleep. Grandpa Do was momentarily taken aback. Where was she going to sleep? Before Grandpa Do could react, Yang efficiently climbed up a tree and lay on the trunk, her arms crossed. Good night. However, as she lay down, her hair accidentally caught on a branch. Snap! A calligraphy brush fell by itself. Thousands of black hairs cascaded down instantly, spilling over the tree trunk, and beneath the black hair was a face delicately stunning. Yang had no choice but to sit up from the tree trunk, and looking down at Grandpa Do, she extended her hand. Trouble you to pick up the calligraphy brush for me. Grandpa Do bent down to pick up the brush and tossed it up. Yang caught the calligraphy brush precisely. Thanks. No trouble, Grandpa Do replied, his facial expression unchanged. Chapter 8:16, The Truth. Yang sat steadily on the tree trunk, using a brush to secure her long hair behind her head, revealing a face as clear and refined as a painting. Her long black hair instantly disappeared between her pale fingers, which surprised Mr. Do. A tiny brush, yet so magically effective. A strand of hair mischievously slid from her forehead, Yang casually swept it back and yawned. I'm so sleepy, I'm going to sleep now. Mr. Do, you should sleep early too. As she spoke, Yang lay down on the tree trunk. Fortunately, she hadn't worn a cheongsam today, otherwise it would have been really inconvenient. Mr. Do sat under the tree, picking up a few dry branches and placing them on the blazing bonfire, the new wood causing sparks to fly. The two, one above and one below the tree, coexisted in extreme harmony. After a while, Yang's even breathing could be heard from above the tree. Actually, there were still many large wild animals in the mountains at this time, but because of the bonfire burning here, no wild animals dared to approach. Mr. Do lazily leaned against the tree trunk, half squinting his eyes, twirling Buddha beads in his hand. It was unclear whether he was asleep or not. Yet the bonfire below the tree kept burning until daybreak. Time passed, and in the blink of an eye, it was the next morning. The golden morning sun shone through the gaps in the tree leaves, casting a misty golden light in the forest, giving a lively and vibrant feel. Yang slowly opened her eyes, looked at the tender green leaves above her, was momentarily bewildered, then sat up from the tree trunk, stretched her limbs, and loosened her muscles. A bit more awake, Yang looked down from the tree. Mr. Do, who had been sleeping under the tree, was nowhere to be seen, and only a few sparks still flickered on the nearby bonfire. Where could he have gone so early in the morning? Eaten by a tiger? Na Yang frowned slightly, and just then, Mr. Du came from not far away with 2 plump stream fish skewered on a branch he carried. So he wasn't eaten by a tiger after all, and Na Yang waved at him. Good morning. Morning. Mr. Du placed the stream fish down and then said, There are 2 small streams if you turn left not far from here. Do you want to go wash up? Really? Na Yang jumped down from the tree trunk stably and landed firmly. Did you catch this fish? Yes. Mr. Du nodded. I didn't expect you to be able to fish, Na Yang continued. Oh, go wash up first. Let's have grilled fish for breakfast. Give me the fish. I'll take them and prepare them. Prepare? Mr. Du asked puzzledly. Isn't it just grilled directly? Na Yang helplessly shook her head. You must be one of those aristocrats who don't concern themselves with worldly matters. No, rather a wealthy noble, not to know such basic life skills. Mr. Du. Just as Mr. Du had said, to the left was a clear stream that was visible to the bottom, lined with a layer of pebbles, reflecting dazzling light under the sun, and some rainbow trout could be seen swimming in the stream. There were some copper coin grass and unidentified wild flowers growing by the stream, creating a beautiful scene that, in later generations, would definitely be a popular spot for photos. The cool water splashed on her face, immediately making her feel much more awake. There was no toothpaste in the wilderness, but fortunately, Na Yang found a kind of herbal plant substitute, chewed it a few times in her mouth, then rinsed with clean water. After grooming, Na Yang began to clean the stream fish. When Na Yang returned with the fish, Mr. Du had rekindled the nearly extinguished bonfire. He sat cross-legged in front of the bonfire, twirling the Buddha beads in his hand as if ready to ascend with the wind at any moment. Na Yang didn't disturb him, and began to grill the fish in front of the bonfire. The wild stream fish from the mountains were extremely delicious, incomparable to the feed-raised fish from modern days, and soon the air was filled with an irresistible aroma. Mr. Du's eyelids twitched, finally understanding why Ananda, the elder, had never been able to fully renounce worldly attachments. This mortal world was indeed hard to leave behind. Seeing that the grilled fish seemed about done, Na Yang handed one to Mr. Du. Try it and see how it tastes. Mr. Du lightly lifted his eyelids, took the grilled fish and took a bite. The fish was fresh and tender, leaving a lingering taste that was delightful. It was very different from the fishy taste he had anticipated. Very good. Na Yang also took a bite. Actually, this isn't even the best tasting grilled fish. The mountain lacks seasonings. Authentic grilled fish brushed with sesame oil and chili oil and then topped with spring onion, ginger, and garlic. That is truly delicious. Chapter 8:17. The Truth. _2. Talking and talking. Na Yang's eyes began to light up as if they were filled to the brim with stars. Do you know a lot about food? Grandpa Du slightly lifted his eyes, meeting a pair of clear, bottomless eyes, then subtly lowered them again. Na Yang took another big bite of fish. It's okay, just a bit pickier than the average person. Grandpa Du nodded. Na Yang continued. What about you? I always see you with Buddha beads. Have you seen through the mundane world? Grandpa Du smiled faintly. I'm just a common man. Seeing through the mundane world isn't so easy. Na Yang nodded. That makes sense. In this vast mundane world there are wines, meats, and beauties. It's indeed not easy to see through all that. You seem to understand life quite well, Grandpa Du said in a light tone. Having finished the last bite of the fish, Na Yang clapped his hands, stood up from the ground, and said, Let's head back. Okay, responded Grandpa Du, standing up as well. Na Yang poured the water from his water bottle over the campfire to extinguish it, and they descended the mountain together. They walked one after the other. Na Yang led the way, and Grandpa Du followed. As they passed a slippery spot, Na Yang looked back to remind Grandpa Du. There's water here, Mr. Du, be careful. Grandpa Du lifted his eyes towards Na Yang. Somehow, he felt that he was not here to protect Na Yang. In fact, the one being protected had always been him. Right, how could someone who could slaughter chickens, kill fish, fight, and even dare to swallow a snake gall need anyone else's care? A faint smile unwittingly appeared on Grandpa Du's lips. Soon they arrived at Old Wang's house. The old couple were leaning against the door, looking out. Seeing Yang and Grandpa Du return, they excitedly greeted them. Yang, Grandpa Du, you're back. Was everything okay last night? All good, Yang replied, grasping Wang Zishi's hand. Don't worry, mistress. Old Wang looked at Grandpa Du. It must have been tough for you last night. This was the Grandpa Du who was respected by everyone within 10 miles. To think that he spent a night on the mountain. It's not worth mentioning, Grandpa Du said slowly. Old Wang continued. Grandpa Du, you and Yang must not have eaten breakfast yet? There's porridge and 8 treasure congee in the pot. I'll serve you some. No need, and Yang grilled some fish on the mountain, replied Grandpa Du, hearing that Grandpa Du had already eaten. Old Wang didn't insist further. When they reached the courtyard, Yang put her basket on the ground and said, Master, mistress, I didn't return all of last night. My folks are surely worried. I'll head back now. Oh, and the medicinal herbs are inside. Okay, take care on your way. Old Wang came over. Okay, nodded Yang, not forgetting to bring along a bunch of wildflowers she had picked on the mountain. As they were kept alongside various medicinal herbs, the wildflowers hadn't withered and were still stunningly vibrant. Before leaving, Yang didn't forget to greet Wang Ziki and Grandpa Du. Elder brother, Mr. Du, I'm heading back first. Grandpa Du nodded slightly. Be careful on your way. Wang Ziki said, Goodbye, junior sister. Yang looked back and waved at them. Goodbye. Yang had come by bike, placing all the wildflowers in the front basket, stepped on the petals, and like a freed butterfly, she disappeared down the narrow path ahead. After a while, Grandpa Du and Old Wang said their farewells. Wang Ziki said, Grandpa Du, should I see you off? No need, I can make my way back, Grandpa Du replied. You rarely get a holiday, spend some quality time with your parents. But, Wang Ziki looked a bit worried. It's all right. Grandpa Du gestured with his hand. Wang Ziki continued. Then let me walk you to the junction. This time Grandpa Du didn't refuse. The car couldn't reach the foot of the mountain, so Grandpa Du had to walk to the main road. When Wang Ziki returned, Wang Zhosher said, Your Grandpa Du truly cares about his subordinates. Wang Ziki nodded in agreement. Yes, our Grandpa Du is very kind. Old Wang scoffed lightly. Kind? What kind of kindness? If he was really that kind, he wouldn't have waited so long to give Ziki a holiday. Wang Zhosher, pulling on Wang Ziki's sleeve, added, Don't listen to your dad. By the way, Ziki, has Grandpa Du mentioned a wife? If not, introduce him to your second aunt's cousin. Every elder has the heart of a matchmaker, always the first to think of keeping good prospects within the community. Chapter 8:18. The Truth. _3. Wang Zhosher said without speaking. Do you really think things are that wonderful? Do you think Du Yi could take a fancy to Xiangqin? It doesn't cost anything to talk about it, Wang Zhosher said with a smile. Xiangqin isn't ugly. What if Du Yi took a liking to her? Ziki, I think Du Yi is quite affable and has a good temperament. Try and mention it to Xiangqin, will you? Good temperament? Affable? A twitch tugged at the corner of Wang Ziki's mouth. If his mother saw the dark side of Du Yi, she probably wouldn't make such a comment. Seeing that Wang Ziki was silent, Wang Zhosher became unhappy. What's wrong with you, child? Mum is talking to you. Does Du Yi have a wife or not? Xiangqin is your cousin, and yet you're not taking this to heart at all. Only then did Wang Ziki react. Du Yi only has 2 concubines, no official wife. Concubines? Wang Zhosher thought she was hallucinating. How long has it been since liberation? And your Du Yi actually still has 2 concubines. Ziki, are you sure you're not mistaken? Wang Ziki shook his head. Du Yi is not a citizen of China, so the laws of China do not apply to him. Not only does he have 2 concubines, but both of them are strikingly beautiful. Considering Xianqin's circumstances, I don't know if she could even become the 3rd concubine. How could someone with 2 concubines possibly set his eyes on her niece, Xiangqin? So Wang Zhosher didn't entertain any more wild thoughts. Continuing, Wang Zhosher said, Forget it, Ziki, let's pretend I never said anything. However, Du Yi seems so refined and cultured. Yet he's quite a playboy. It's really surprising that he has 2 concubines. Does he have any children? Wang Ziki continued. He doesn't have any children at the moment. Having 2 concubines and yet no children. That's really strange. Under normal circumstances, there should be at least dozens of children. Wang Zhosher asked, is there a problem with Du Yi in that regard? Wang Ziki touched his nose. It probably isn't that. Wang Zhosher narrowed her eyes. I believe it's definitely something wrong with your Du Yi. Otherwise, those 2 concubines wouldn't be without children. Unable to continue the conversation, Wang Ziki said, I'm going to help Dad dry the herbal medicine. When Enai got home, she happened to meet Enai Tsuehua and Shangguan Dehui hurrying out. Dad, Mum, where are you going? Enai parked her bike on the side. Enai Kuihua's eyes lit up and she immediately ran over, grabbing Enai Yang's wrist. Yang, you're back. Where did you go last night? You kept your dad and me up all night. Shangguan Dehui said. If you had come back any later, your mum and I would already be at the police station by now. If it weren't for the rule that one cannot report a disappearance until 24 hours have passed, they would have already called the police. Enai Yang said very apologetically. I'm sorry, Dad, Mum, for making you worry. I went to my master's place, got held up with something. There's no phone service up in the mountains. It won't happen again next time. Shangguan Dehui continued. It's fine as long as you're okay, let's go inside. Enai Yang nodded and followed Shangguan Dehui and Enai Tsuehua inside. Because they didn't want to worry the old couple, Enai Tsuehua and Shangguan Dehui didn't tell grandfather Zheng and grandmother Zheng that Enai Yang had not come home all night, instead telling them that Enai Yang had gone to a classmate's house to play. Little Enai Yun saw Enai Yang returning, and with a swoosh she jumped out of grandmother Zheng's arms. Sister. Sister's back. Little Yun. Enai Yang picked up little Enai Yin. Chirp chirp Yang. Duo flew in from the window and landed on Enai Yang's shoulder. Yang? Was that Yang call from Duo just now? Enai Yang looked at Duo with delight. Duo, can you talk now? Duo rubbed its little head against Enai Yang's chin. Yang. So Duo really could talk now. Grandfather Zheng and grandmother Zheng were also very surprised. This little bird is so smart. Enai Tsuehua came over to tease Duo. Duo, say it again. Yang. Duo called out with its voice raised again. Enai Tsuehua laughed as well. Then call out Yun. Yang. Indeed, Duo could talk, but it didn't say everything, it only knew Yang. Zheng Xianjing came downstairs and, looking at this joyful family scene, her eyes filled with resentment. This was her home. This was where she had lived since she was a child, so why should these people take it over? Chapter 819. The Truth. _4. And that dead bird. It screeches all day long, annoying me to death. Just wait, one day it will turn into a real dead bird. Sister Xianjing, little Enai Yun, who liked Zheng Xianjing more, ran over to her with her little short legs. Sister Xianjing, have some candy. This was little Enai Yun's favorite candy. Usually she wouldn't give it to anyone except Enai Yang. Thank you, Yin. Zheng Xianjing's face was full of smiles as she took the candy. Little Enai Yun reached out her hand to Zheng Xianjing. Sister, hug. A hug? If you asked Zheng Xianjing who she hated most in this family, little Enai Yun was certainly one of them. Because the Zheng family's old master and old mistress really adored this wretched girl too much. Zheng Lingling had told her that when she was young, the old master wouldn't even glance at her. But now he took little Enai Yun out for a walk every day. His kindly appearance seemed like he had turned into another person. Was this wretched girl doing this on purpose? Did she know that she hated her, and that's why she came running over to be hugged? Did she think she was some great treasure? That everyone in the Zheng family had to revolve around her? Zheng Xianjing suppressed the overwhelming jealousy and picked up little Enai Yun. Yun is so cute. Although she called her cute, her eyes were filled with venom. Little Enai Yun looked at Zheng Xianjing, then struggled to get down. Let me down, I want down. Zheng Xianjing put down little Enai Yun. Little Enai Yun quickly ran over to Enai Yang. Sister, hug. Enai Yang bent down and picked up little Enai Yun. Little Enai Yun was so scared that she tightly wrapped her arms around Enai Yang's neck, whispering, Sister, I'm scared. Don't be afraid. Anai Yang soothed little Anai Yin gently. Little Anai Yin rested her head on Anai Yang's shoulder and dared not look at Zhang Xianjing again. Zhang Xianjing narrowed her eyes slightly. She just knew this wretched girl did it on purpose. She did it on purpose, making the old master and old mistress dislike her. Damn wretch. Zhang Xianjing clenched her fists, but a smile crept onto her face as she continued. Yang Yang is back. Last night you didn't come home. Auntie and uncle were so worried. From now on you must let everyone know where you're going, otherwise, the family will be very anxious, won't they? Anai Yang nodded. Yes, you're right, Sister Xianjing. Seeing that the old master and old mistress had no reaction to this conversation, Zhang Xianjing became even more furious. If it had been her staying out all night, the old mistress would surely have scolded her. But now that it was Anai Yang, she had no reaction at all, not even pretending to care. That was the difference between a real granddaughter and an outsider. Anai Yang, not bothering with Zhang Xianjing, went upstairs with little Anai Yin to see Zheng Suyu. She had almost figured out the 13 ghost points, and the next task was to heal Zheng Suyu, the only person who knew the truth. Ever since Wu Jinshu rejected Grandma Wu yesterday, she had fallen ill in bed today, huffing with anger. Wu Yanyan came to bring Grandma Wu lunch. Grandma, time to eat. Seeing Wu Yanyan enter, Grandma Wu immediately turned around, her back facing Wu Yanyan. I'm not hungry, take it back. She couldn't face Wu Yanyan right now. Seeing her made her think of that small Western-style house with a courtyard in front. That should be the Wu family's house, but now, others were living there. Grandma Wu felt her heart clenching in pain. Wu Yanyan sighed. You should eat a little, otherwise your body won't hold up. You go out, Grandma Wu said. Just then footsteps sounded outside. Mom! Mom! Hearing this voice, Grandma Wu suddenly forgot everything, sat up from the bed. Jinjin, I'm here. In here. A neatly dressed middle-aged woman came in from outside. Mom, why are you sleeping in the middle of the day? This woman was Grandma Wu's younger daughter, Wu Jinjin. Wu Jinjin's fate was relatively good. She married a local man from Beijing, and their life was quite decent. Although their life was acceptable, they could only fend for themselves. Wu Jinjin was a filial daughter, who often bought delicious foods to visit Grandma Wu. Wu Yanyan immediately politely greeted, Hello, Aunt. Wu Jinjin nodded, Yanyan. After speaking, she continued, Yanyan, why don't you go out and play with your brothers? I'll take care of Grandma. All right. Wu Yanyan nodded and walked towards the door. Chapter 820. The Truth. _5. Wu Jinjin closed the door after Yanyan left and immediately took out 2 chicken legs wrapped in oil paper from her bag. Mom, these are the chicken legs I saved especially for you. You should eat them while they're still warm, and make sure none of those kids see them. Having chicken legs, Grandma Wu certainly didn't want to eat them herself. She wanted to save them for Wu Jinshu and her 2 grandsons. Although her son was somewhat disobedient, she was still a mother. How many mothers would hold a grudge against their son? Grandma Wu carefully put away the chicken legs. I just had dinner and can't eat anymore right now. I'll save them for later. Wu Jinjin did not know Grandma Wu's cautious thoughts and continued. Mom, what's going on with you? Lying in bed in the middle of the day. Are you feeling unwell? Speaking of this, Grandma Wu sighed deeply. It's like this. Grandma Wu recounted the entire story to Wu Jinjin without missing a word. Wu Jinjin, surprised, said, Such a great opportunity and my brother disagrees? Wu Lan's family conditions, in high society, might only be considered ordinary, but compared to families like Wu Jinjin's and Wu Jinshu's, they were definitely wealthy. For Yanyan to marry into such a family would be marrying above her status. Grandma Wu said, That stubborn brother of yours, he says he won't sell his daughter. Wu Jinjin grabbed Grandma Wu's hands. Mom, you can't listen to my brother on this. While you're still here, you should be the one calling the shots. Not to mention Yanyan isn't even my brother's biological child. Even if she were, marrying into such a well-off family would be a huge stroke of luck for her. If it were someone else, they might not even be able to marry so high. Grandma Wu sighed. The man is as old as your brother and already has 2 daughters. Your brother probably feels pity for Yanyan marrying into a family and becoming a stepmother. Being a stepmother is not easy these days. Wu Jinjin said. What about being a stepmother? Who you marry is who you marry. Rather than marrying some poor guy, it's better to marry someone with good conditions and later become a wealthy lady. Times have changed. Back in the day, decent families' daughters still became concubines to landowners and rich merchants. There were even old men at 80 marrying 18-year-old girls. At only 35, he's not old at all. In Wu Jinjin's eyes, these weren't problems at all. If she hadn't married, she would have even considered marrying in place of Yan Yun. She was sick of struggling through poverty, which is why she had promptly found a local man from Beijing to marry. Even the poorest local man from Beijing lived better than countryside folks. Grandma Wu holding on to Wu Jinjin's hand. If only your brother could think like you. Wu Jinjin speechlessly said. Why care about my brother? Yin Yin is your eldest granddaughter. Even if you make this decision for my brother, he can't do anything to you. After you've raised him through such difficult times, is he going to deny you as his mother? Wu Jinjin was young but full of cunning ideas. Learning that her niece could marry into such a good family, of course, she couldn't miss this opportunity. Jinjin, now you're the only one I can rely on. Tell me, Mom, what should I do? Grandma Wu eagerly held Wu Jinjin's hand. Wu Jinjin smiled. Mom, listen to me. Wu Jinjin whispered a lot into Grandma Wu's ear. After listening, Grandma Wu felt a burden lift from her heart and smiled. The old saying is right. A daughter is a mother's little quilted jacket. Wu Jinjin continued. Mom, since Yin Yun is so beautiful, you should ask for a larger dowry. Grandma Wu said, Lanzi already promised me that once it's settled, he'll give our family that 2-story townhouse with a courtyard, and he'll also sort out our household registration issues, and take care of Dalong and Erlong's schooling. Mom, do you have such low aspirations? Wu Jinjin continued. The reason they're offering such favorable terms is because they really fancy Yin Yun. Our family has only one beautiful girl like Yin Yun. Once this chance is missed, there will be no next shop, so why not ask for more while you can? Besides, our family has raised her for so many years, it's time she gave back. The more Grandma Wu listened, the more she felt Wu Jinjin was making sense. So Jinjin, what should we ask from them? Grandma Wu asked. Wu Jinjin said. Why ask for objects? Objects are trivial. Of course, it's most reliable to ask for money. Their family has money, right? Besides those 3 promises you were given last time. Ask for an additional 2,000 yuan. Chapter 821. The Truth. _6. 2,000 yuan? At this time, an ordinary family would need about 10 years to earn 2,000 yuan. Grandma Wu got a fright. Will they give it? Wu Jinjin said. If they don't give it, then don't marry off. Anyway, my brother doesn't even want to marry Yin Yun off yet. Besides, Yin Yun is so beautiful, she might meet someone even better later on. In actuality, Wu Jinjin was well aware that since that household was willing to offer a house to take a bride, it meant they were not lacking those 2,000 yuan. 2,000 yuan was a huge amount for him, but for well-off families, it can be managed. Grandma Wu nodded, thinking Wu Jinjin made a lot of sense. Wu Jinjin continued. Mom, I'm Yan Yun's aunt, and I held her when she was little, you see. If this deal goes through, shouldn't you give me some benefit? Grandma Wu then said. Isn't your family living quite well? Why care about such a little money? What well? Wu Jinjin said. My mother-in-law is totally unreasonable. Plus, since I come from another place, she looks down on me. She always gives me these looks. Also, when I got married back then, you asked for an 80 yuan bride price from their family, but didn't prepare even a basic dowry for me. My mother-in-law constantly uses that to mock me, mentioning how much dowry this or that family provided. Dowry items often included a wash basin, a comb, a mirror, and a chamber pot. In an age where flush toilets hadn't yet become common, chamber pots were a daily necessity. For ordinary families, even the poorest would prepare these essential dowry items. Slightly better off ones would even buy chests, nightstands, and dressing tables as dowry. But the Wu family was too poor. And as Wu Jinshu was not well, Grandma Wu, after asking for the hefty bride price of 80 yuan, hadn't prepared any dowry items for Wu Jinjin. Knowing she hadn't handled things properly back then, Grandma Wu sighed and said, Jin, you've suffered a lot at the Li family over these years, but I had no choice, you know our situation. Let's not talk about the past, Wu Jin said. Mom, this time you have to support me in front of my in-laws. Don't worry, I won't ask for too much. Recalling her daughter's suffering at her in-laws' house over the years, Grandma Wu nodded firmly. Okay. Jin, how much money do you want? Wu Jin said. Actually, I don't really want money. I just hope you can buy me a bicycle, and also, I want a sewing machine. At that time, a bicycle alone cost nearly 300 yuan, and a sewing machine would cost even more. Grandma Wu was really reluctant, but thinking of Wu Jinjin's sufferings at her in-laws, she gritted her teeth and agreed. Just a bicycle and a sewing machine? Even if both items together cost 1,000 yuan, she would still have 1,000 left. Besides, they would still get a house and a Beijing household registration. Considering that, they weren't losing out. Seeing that Grandma Wu agreed, Wu Jin was very happy. Mom, that settles it then, you really mustn't regret this. Don't worry, I won't regret it, said Grandma Wu. That's great. Wu Jin said. Let's get going. We will visit Wu Lan's place now. Why are we going to Wu Lan's? Asked Grandma Wu. Since the matter is settled, it's time to finalize the wedding date. Wu Lan replied. Sooner rather than later. What if someone gets ahead of us? Wu Lan's brother is such a catch. I'm sure many people have their eyes on him. Hearing this, Grandma Wu quickly got out of bed. All right, let's go. Wu Yinyan knew why her grandmother was so angry. She probably resented her for eating too much. With not a lot to go around, one more person eating was just additional burden. Wu Yinyan sat in the courtyard, looking up at the sky, and let out a deep sigh. Just then she saw Grandma Wu and Wu Jin hurrying out. Grandma, Aunt, where are you going? Wu Yinyan immediately stood up. Wu Jin looked back impatiently. It's adult business, kids should stay out of it. Wu Yinyan had nothing more to say. She arrived at Wu Lan's house. Wu Lan welcomed Grandma Wu and Wu Jin with her usual warmth. Wu Jin, who was eloquent, clarified the purpose of their visit in just a few words. On hearing this, Wu Lan said, Getting a daughter-in-law for my brother isn't something to be taken lightly, and since you've already given it some thought, let's set a time for the young people to meet. Whether this works out still depends on my brother. Grandma Wu didn't say anything, and Wu Jin asked, What about tomorrow? Does tomorrow work? Such matters were of course better settled sooner rather than later to avoid unnecessary complications. Wu Lan nodded. Fine, let's make it tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and we'll meet at my place. If my brother takes a liking to Yin, our two families can sit down and discuss other issues thoroughly. Although Wu Lan thought Wu Yinyan was very attractive, it all depended on Wu Chang's own wishes. Wu Jin hurriedly nodded. Yes, that works. After leaving Wu Lan's house, Wu Jin felt uneasy. Mom, what if they don't like Yinyan? Didn't you say this deal was certain? Why do we have to meet first? If they didn't approve of Wu Yinyan, wouldn't she lose a bicycle? How could Wu Jin not worry? She dreamt of owning a bicycle and a sewing machine. With those two possessions, would her cruel mother-in-law dare to look down on her? Grandma Wu said. Don't worry about that. With Yanyan's looks, you won't find another like her in 10 villages. Wu Yanyan's beauty was undeniable, as she was not from the Wu family. Wu Jin said, Hopefully. We'll meet at 10 tomorrow morning. Oh, come over at 8:30. By then, will my brother and sister-in-law have gone to work? This matter could not yet be disclosed to Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju. Grandma Wu replied, They've gone to work. They leave for work every day at 7 in the morning. Wu Jin nodded, That's good. Upon returning home, Wu Yinyan was not there. Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong were taking care of their younger brother. Grandma Wu asked, Why are you two looking after Xiaolong? Where's your older sister? She had something to attend to, Wu Erlong replied. She has nothing to attend to. I bet she's just slacking off. All right, go play or watch Xiaolong, Grandma Wu said. Hearing they were relieved of the duty, Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong ran off faster than rabbits. Wu Yinyan trudged down the street with heavy steps. She hadn't had enough to eat in the evening or at noon, and now she hardly had any energy. Walking down the streets of Beijing, she went from shop to shop asking if they needed part-time workers. She wanted to find a job that could help reduce the burden on her family. "Excuse me, are you looking for part-time workers? I'm hard-working and can do any sort of job." "No, we're not hiring. Get out of here." These were the kinds of rejections Wu Yanyan faced. But Wu Yanyan didn't lose heart. She continued asking from one place to the next, desperately hoping to find some part-time work. Chapter 822. Transfer. There were many shops on the street, but few needed part-time workers. After all, the economy at this time wasn't as developed as in later times, and the businesses weren't booming. Many shops could barely make ends meet, so how could they afford to hire people? Moreover, Wu Yanyan was still underage, so even the shops that needed part-time workers wouldn't dare to hire her. As she walked, Wu Yanyan came across a noodle restaurant with a long queue at the entrance, and next to it was a milk tea shop, both swarming with people. Business was booming. The milk tea shop was called New York Milk Tea, and the noodle restaurant was called Sour Fish Noodle Restaurant. Both establishments had become popular in Beijing over a year ago, and had spawned many imitators in Beijing streets. Yet the originals had never been surpassed. New York Milk Tea and Sour Fish Noodle Restaurant had significantly influenced the dining scene. Wu Yanyan entered the restaurant where two aunties were efficiently cleaning the tables. "Auntie, do you hire part-time workers?" The aroma inside the restaurant was so tantalizing that Wu Yanyan couldn't help but swallow saliva. "Your business is thriving for a reason." Coincidentally, the store Wu Yanyan visited was managed by Zhou Qingshang. Zhou Qingshang had a daughter about Wu Yanyan's age. "Girl, would you like to come work here?" "Yes," Wu Yanyan nodded in a hurry. "Auntie, don't worry, I can do anything. You can pay me whatever you think is appropriate. I really need this job." Zhou Qingshang then asked, "How old are you this year, young lady?" 17. Wu Yanyan replied. Zhou Qingshang's daughter, Wang Xiaoya, was 16 and in her final year of junior high school. "Young lady, aren't you going to school?" Wu Yanyan shook her head. Zhou Qingshang had also faced tough times in the past. If it weren't for Ni Yang and her daughter coming to Jinghua village, Wang Xiaoya probably would have dropped out of school by now. Seeing Wu Yanyan, she felt sympathy. "Just wait a moment for me, young lady." Zhou Qingshang quickly cleaned up the table and headed towards the kitchen. Wu Yanyan stood there waiting for Zhou Qingshang with a nervous heart. Zhou Qingshang soon came back with a bag in her hand. "Young lady, this is some leftover buns and noodles from our lunch. If you don't mind, you can take them home and eat, otherwise, it would just be a waste if we throw them away." "Thank you, auntie." Wu Yanyan took the bag with both hands. Wu Yanyan continued, "Young lady, we have never hired part-timers before, and I'm not sure if the boss will hire you. Come back tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock, and the boss will be here." Although Zhou Qingshang was now the store manager, hiring part-time workers wasn't something she could decide. Even more so since Wu Yanyan wasn't of age yet. She was afraid of causing trouble for Ni Yang. "Auntie, thank you. Thank you." Wu Yanyan held the bag and kept bowing to Zhou Qingshang. "You're welcome," Zhou Qingshang replied. "You should head back now and come again tomorrow." Wu Yanyan left with the food in hand. Zhou Qingshang had given a lot. There were 10 meat buns and a large bag of soup noodles. Actually, these foods were not leftovers from lunch, but were bought by Zhou Qingshang herself. Looking at Wu Yanyan's condition, she knew she hadn't eaten enough. Zhou Qingshang had also experienced being hungry before and knew how painful that could be. Wu Yanyan was very hungry and couldn't resist eating a meat bun as she walked. The meat bun was truly delicious, bursting with juice at each bite. The flavor of the meat bun lingered in her mouth. Wu Yanyan ate 3 buns in a row before gradually regaining her strength. Just then a car suddenly rushed around the corner. Screech! The sharp sound of an emergency brake echoed, and Wu Yanyan's face instantly turned pale, frightened and collapsing to the ground, the noodles scattering everywhere. Fortunately, the car stopped just 0.1 millimeters away from her. Wu Yanyan swallowed nervously, thinking she was about to be hit a moment ago. "Go and check." The man in the back seat, holding Buddha beads, spoke faintly. The sunlight shone through the car window and cast a faint glow on him, making the already ethereal and elegant man seem even more unreal. "All right." The driver nodded, opened the car door, and stepped out. "Are you all right, young lady?" The driver walked over. Wu Yanyan couldn't care less about herself, crying out in distress, "My noodles, my noodles!" Those noodles were enough for a meal for her family, but now, they were all spilled. Chapter 823. Transfer_2. Bright sunlight cast her profile in a pale and delicate light. The man inside the car glanced back, and just happened to catch this scene. He raised an eyebrow slightly, lowered the car window and called out, "Xiaoqing." Upon hearing this, the driver immediately ran over. Boss Du twirled Buddha beads in one hand and took out a banknote from his wallet with the other. "Give this to her." "All right." Xiaoqing took the banknote and walked over to Wu Yanyan. "Young lady, stop crying and get up. This is from our boss Du. Take it and go buy yourself a new bowl of noodles and buns." Before her eyes was a blue 100 yuan bill. The most common bills people saw at that time were the 10 yuan ones, also known as Big Unity. Ordinary families almost never saw a 100 yuan bill. The fact that this man gave out 100 yuan so freely suggested he was no ordinary person. Seeing that Wu Yanyan had no reaction, Xiaoqing stuffed the money into Wu Yanyan's hands and got back into the car. Wu Yanyan hurriedly lifted her head and saw a gentle and elegant profile through the fleeting car window. He was dressed in old-style traditional clothes, looking straight ahead, his handsome features set against a cool, snowy aura. Such people who appear so cultivated are actually the hardest to deal with. Wu Yanyan clutched the banknote tightly in her hand. Their family was indeed short on money at the moment. With this large sum of 100 yuan, they could do a lot. The streets bustled with people. After the black car disappeared, only Wu Yanyan remained sitting on the ground. A few stray dogs and cats ran over from not far away, quickly clearing the food remnants on the ground. Everything returned to normal as if nothing had happened. Wu Yanyan stood up from the ground and limped towards the grain and oil shop. She bought 100 pounds of rice in one go, along with 10 pounds of sesame oil, 50 pounds of flour, spending a total of 30 yuan. The shopkeeper even personally delivered these items to the Wu family. It may seem like a lot of goods, but with so many people in the Wu family, and their appetites larger at that time, these items wouldn't last very long, at most half a month. When Wu Yanyan returned, Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju had already come back. Seeing the shopkeeper carrying bags of rice and oil into their house, Yan Erju pulled Wu Yanyan aside with a puzzled look. "Xiaoyan, what's going on?" "Mom, this is for you." Wu Yanyan handed the remaining 70 yuan to Yan Erju and briefly explained the afternoon's incident. Yan Erju and Wu Jinshu paled when they heard that Wu Yanyan had almost been in a car accident. "Xiaoyan, are you all right?" Wu Yanyan shook her head. "Mom and Dad, don't worry, I'm fine." "That's good," Yan Erju continued. "But you need to be more careful in the future, especially when crossing the street. You can't be this lucky every time." Wu Jinshu said. "Your mother's right. You can't be this lucky every time. What if the car had hit you badly? How would our family cope? We can earn money back, but you have to understand that no amount of money can buy back a life. What's priceless in this world? Life is priceless." Wu Yanyan nodded. "Mom and Dad, I understand." Wu Erlong added from the side. "Mom and Dad, with this money, can sister go to school now?" Yan Erju gave a bitter smile. How could this money be enough? Just the tuition for one semester was 98 yuan, plus miscellaneous fees and food. It all added up to 138 yuan. That was why in the 1980s, so many dropped out after middle school. Wages were low. To send one child to school could deplete a family's entire savings. Not like later generations, where 9 years of compulsory education was fully implemented. Not only was school free, there were scholarships and subsidies for students in need. Thus, those who lived through this era were very frugal in later times. Wu Dalong continued. "Is it enough for Erlong and me to go to school?" "Not enough," Yan Erju shook her head then said. "But don't worry, Dalong Xiaolong. Mom and Dad will work hard and provide for your schooling. It's just a matter of time before they could save enough for tuition." Just then, Granny Wu happened to overhear Yan Erji's statement, retorted. With what you and Jinshu earn, it wouldn't be enough even if you saved for 10 more years. Yan Erju and Wu Jinshu together earned less than 20 yuan a month. The rent was 10 yuan a month. Their meager income barely covered the family's expenses, and they still dreamed of affording their children's education. Chapter 824. Transfer _3. Dream on. The family was already living like this. Yet Wu Jinshu stubbornly refused to marry off his daughter. He didn't even consider his own abilities. Fortunately, she was still clear-headed and able to make decisions for the household. Otherwise, Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju would have dragged the whole family down. Upon hearing this, Yan Erju's expression darkened. Then she said, Mom, are you hungry? Oh, go cook some dinner. Tonight we'll have aromatic white rice. In later generations, rice was a common food, but in this era, struggling families could hardly afford a meal of white rice. Yan Erju's family normally only ate coarse rice. Coarse rice, meant for feeding chickens and ducks, was hard and astringent, choking the throat and causing pain. And even this coarse rice wasn't enough to go around. Grandmother Wu glanced at Yan Erju. Where did the money come from to buy white rice? Yan Erju explained the situation to Grandmother Wu. Grandmother Wu said, Just 100 yuan makes you this happy? Wu Yanyan could exchange for a small Western-style house plus 2,000 yuan. How happy would Yan Erju be then? After Grandmother Wu left, Yan Erju tugged at Wu Jinshu's sleeve. Why do I feel like Mom was a bit strange today? She didn't even care about 100 yuan. If others heard, they might think our family is rich. Wu Jinshu wasn't concerned. That's just how my mom is, probably just in a bad mood today. Yan Erju didn't dwell on it and turned to Wu Yanyan. Xiaoyan, go rest for a bit. I'll make dinner today. Wu Yanyan rolled up his sleeves. Mom, you've been tired all day. Let me do it. Yan Erju smiled and said, Mom's not tired. You, on the other hand, must have been really scared by that car just now. Go rest, you've been working hard these days too. Unable to argue with Yan Erju, Wu Yanyan reluctantly went to his room to rest. That evening, Yan Erju steamed a large pot of rice, and also fried a plate of sesame oil vegetables and cooked a big bowl of sesame oil egg soup. The children ate very happily. Wu Yanyan also unusually had a full meal that shocked him, especially since Grandmother Wu didn't give him any looks during the meal. He felt surprised and somewhat pleased. After all, he was still a teenager. He wanted to eat his fill too. Who would want to experience the pangs of hunger? The next morning, Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju went to work together. Grandmother Wu approached Wu Yanyan. Yanyan, let Dalong and Erlong keep an eye on Xiaolong. You come with me. Wu Yanyan nodded. Grandma, where are we going? You don't need to worry about that, Grandmother Wu continued. We'll leave when your aunt comes. Oh. Wu Yanyan didn't ask further. Soon Wu Jinjin arrived. Wu Jinjin was always neatly dressed, regardless of the occasion. Especially today, she had even brought out clothes preserved for special occasions, and wore a pair of silver earrings she donned only during the new year. Yanyan, I brought a dress for you. Try it quickly to see if it fits. If it does, put it on and well go. Wu Jinjin handed a water-red dress to Wu Yanyan. Wu Yanyan was stunned. Aunt, is this for me? Wu Jinjin was a very dutiful and filial daughter, but not a good aunt. She didn't like Wu Jinshu's children at all, whether it was Wu Dalong, Wu Xiaolong, or Wu Yanyan. She never cared for any of them. From their childhood, she never once bought them candy. Whenever she brought something over, it was always secretly given to Grandmother Wu. Wu Yanyan was surprised when Wu Jinjin suddenly offered her a dress. Wu Jinjin smiled and said, Look at you asking such questions. If it's not for you, who else could it be for? Go change quickly, we have to go out soon. Convinced that the dress was for her, Wu Yanyan went back inside the house to change. After Wu Yanyan left, Grandmother Wu expressed her dissatisfaction. You work hard for your money, why waste it buying clothes for her? It's not bought. This dress belonged to Jianli when she was younger, Wu Jinjin replied. Jianli was Wu Jinjin's sister-in-law. Upon hearing the dress was an old one that didn't cost money, Grandmother Wu finally relaxed. After a moment, Wu Yanyan came out dressed. Wu Yanyan was unlike the rest of the Wu family. She was tall and, even though she was only 17, she had already reached a height of 165 centimeters, surpassing Wu Jinjin by more than a head. Chapter 825. Transfer_4. Although the water-red color had faded to nearly white, it surprisingly looked good on Yin Yin. Jinjin said, "It really is true. Clothes make the man and saddles make the horse. Our Yin Yin is a grown lady now. Such a beautiful maiden." Wulan had no reason to look down on her. It looked like her bicycle and sewing machine might just be within reach after all, Jinjin thought, her smile growing brighter. Yin Yin tugged at her skirt uneasily. "Auntie, perhaps I should change out of this. It's not convenient for working." "There's no need, just wear that." Jinjin grabbed Yan Yan's wrist. "Today you don't have to do any chores." "Let's go then, it's almost time," Grandma added. "Dalong Erlong, take good care of your brother at home. We'll be back soon." "Grandma, I want to go too." Dalong followed Grandma's steps. Grandma said kindly, "Dalong, stay home. Grandma will bring back some sweets for you." Hearing there would be sweets, Dalong was overjoyed. All right, then you should hurry, Grandma." Walking along the road, Yin Yin felt something odd and asked, "Grandma, Auntie, where are we going?" Jinjin, smiling, linked arms with Yin Yin. "Just out for some fun, you'll see soon enough." Soon they reached Wulan's house. Yin Yin asked, "Isn't this Auntie Wulan's place?" "Grandma, what are we doing here?" Grandma replied sternly, "Children should not ask too many questions. Just sit quietly and listen when we talk later." Grandma wouldn't reveal the truth to Yin Yin until everything was settled. This girl was clever. What if she disagreed? As they entered the yard, Wulan came out from the house warmly. "Auntie, come in, please sit." There were quite a few people in the living room. Among them were Wulan's husband and her brother, Wu Chang. Remembering Wulan's mother, Wulan introduced, "Mom Qiangzi, this is Yan Yan's grandma, this is Yan Yan's auntie, and this here is Yin Yun." Jinjin was especially good at handling situations, and she immediately started greeting everyone. Feeling several pairs of eyes scrutinizing her intensively, Yin Yun became noticeably nervous, her hands tightly wrung together. Actually, Wu Chang had been rather reluctant to come today. Because Wu Lan had said the girl was just a countryside lass, he thought, how pretty can a village girl be? But he hadn't expected Yin Yin to be so attractive. Wu Chang immediately stood up. "So this is Yin Yin? You must be tired from the long walk. Please have a seat." Wu Chang, at 35, didn't need to work because his family owned over 30 properties. His days were spent playing card games and collecting rent, living a practically idyllic life. This led to a drastic alteration in his appearance. He had a beer belly, a bald head, and a greasy face, looking much older than his actual age. Wu Lan and their mother felt reassured seeing Wu Chang act like this. He must be interested. Otherwise, why would Wu Chang be so enthusiastic? Though Wu Chang wasn't much to look at, his financial situation was solid. Despite having met numerous girls, none had interested him. Finally finding one that satisfied him, their mother heaved a great sigh of relief. And not only was the girl pleasing to Wu Chang, but she also greatly satisfied the mother-in-law. She was beautiful and seemed easy to handle. As a mother-in-law, she didn't want a strong-willed daughter-in-law. If she ended up with such a daughter-in-law, instead of being taken care of, she would be the one catering to the daughter-in-law. Jinjin and Grandma, sensing the situation, urged Yin Yin to sit down. "Xiaowu says sit down, so quickly take a seat." Yin Yin had never experienced anything like this, but she vaguely understood that today's visit was far from a simple courtesy call. There was definitely something else going on. Yin Yin felt uneasy, especially unable to endure Wu Chang's blatant stares. She had barely touched the sofa when she quickly stood up. "Grandma, Auntie, I have something to do, I need to go back." After saying that, she left the place as if escaping. Although Wu Lan's house was as splendid as a palace, it made her feel suffocated. It was only after running outside that Yin Yin could finally breathe more easily. Grandma was livid. Chapter 826. Transfer_5. This wretch. How she embarrasses her. Does she think she's such a hot commodity that no one else will do but her? Wu Chang looked at Wu Yanyan's retreating figure. Why did she leave? With his conditions, How could Wu Yinyan not be impressed? Wu Jinjin said with a smile, trying to smooth things over. Our Yinyan has never been in a match before. It's her first time riding the wedding sedan. She's just shy, Xiaowu. Please don't take it to heart. She's quite satisfied with you. Hearing this, Wu Chang breathed a sigh of relief. Well, that's good. Wu's mother glanced at Wu Jinjin and said indifferently, Can you speak for your niece? When Wu's mother was not retired, she was the head of the local district. She was always serious and had a thorough way of addressing issues. This matter isn't so simple. Wu Jinjin smiled and said, Auntie, I can't decide on this matter, but my mom can. Yin is my mom's granddaughter. Upon hearing this, Wu's grandmother immediately agreed. Yes, I can decide on this. Wu's mother continued. Our Wu family has always been clean and keen. We never do things that trouble others. It's either a yes or a no. Forced melons are never sweet. Our family has money. What kind of daughter-in-law can't we find? Wu's mother is a respectable person. She definitely doesn't like doing things that can't be put on the table. Wu's grandmother agreed. Yes, you are right. Rest assured, even though I am old, I can still handle this. Wu's mother continued. Although you are the girl's grandmother, this matter still needs to be approved by your son and daughter-in-law, right? Wu's grandmother couldn't respond to this, because Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju didn't know anything about this matter. Wu Jinjin hurriedly chimed in with a smile. Auntie, I'll just tell you the truth, the situation in our family is rather complicated. Yinyan isn't my brother and sister-in-law's biological daughter. Yinyan was picked up by my mom from the mountains, and it was my mom who raised her from infancy. She has no connection with my brother and sister-in-law, so as long as my mom agrees, it's settled. Wu's grandmother was startled. In her heart, she silently gave Wu Jinjin a thumbs up. Truly her own clever daughter, quick to react, lying without a draft. Hearing this, Wu's mother nodded. I see. Since she isn't her own and was raised solely by the elderly lady, then this matter should be easier to handle. Wu Chang nudged Wu's mother. Wu's mother knew what her son meant and continued. You all know the situation of our family. Qiangzi now has 2 daughters. The young lady, if married into our family, doesn't need to do any work. She just needs to take care of me and the 2 children, and of course, cook and do Qiangzi's laundry. Wu Jinjin laughed and said, These are all small matters. What household's new bride doesn't do these? Moreover, Qiangzi currently only has 2 daughters. It certainly won't work for them not to have a son. After all, we Wu family are not short of money. I mean, no matter how many children, we must have a boy to carry on the Wu family line. Whenever, wherever, there are always those who value sons over daughters. Daughters take their husband's name when they marry. Sons bring in wives who take their name, continuing the lineage. Exactly, Wu Jinjin laughed. Aren't we women born to bear sons and raise children for our husband's family? What's wrong with having a few more children? Wu's mother nodded and continued. Moreover, Qiangzi's age is also a factor here. The sooner it's done, the better, as long as the 2 young people are willing. The longer the delay, the more dreams in the night. It's not easy to find the right person. Wu Jinjin said. Auntie, fundamentally there are no problems with what you've said. However, since you've spoken to this point, let's be frank. I'll also speak on behalf of my mom and state our family's conditions. Go ahead. Wu's mother took a sip of tea. Wu's grandmother watched Wu Jinjin, who was articulate and clever, feeling a deep sense of pride. Luckily she had such an excellent daughter to stand up for her. Wu Jinjin continued. Aside from the household registration and small Western-style house your family agreed to up front, our family also wants a dowry of 3,000 yuan. 3,000 yuan. Wu's grandmother looked at Wu Jinjin surprised. Wasn't it agreed it would only be 2,000 yuan? How did it suddenly become 3,000? Wu Jinjin gently patted Wu's grandmother's hand, signaling her not to be surprised. Chapter 827. Transfer_6. She had figured it out. The Wu family was not short of money at all. Since they weren't hard up, of course, she had to ask for more. Such lavish wealth only came once in a lifetime. Hearing this, Wu's mother placed her teacup on the table and gently tapped it. Are you selling your daughter or marrying her off? Country folks are country folks indeed. When it comes to marrying off a daughter, they don't beat around the bush. Even if she wasn't their own flesh and blood, did it have to be this ruthless? At this time, in Beijing, when an ordinary family took a bride, the most they'd offer was 500 yuan as a dowry. But their demands were different. Wanting both a house and money, as soon as they opened their mouths, it was 3,000. Wu Jinjin said with a smile. Auntie, what you said is a bit harsh. As the saying goes, a match made in heaven is tied with a thread. If our Yin Yin and Xiaowu truly have no fate, then there is nothing we can do as family members. She meant they were ready to call the whole thing off. Wu Chang panicked as soon as he heard this. We are fated. Yin Yin and I are very much fated. I agree to the 3,000. None of the conditions you've proposed are a problem. Wu Yanyan was so beautiful and still an untouched young lady. It wouldn't matter if it were 3,000 or even 30,000. Wu Chang would find a way to gather it. Wu's mother inwardly rolled her eyes at Wu Chang, frustrated with his lack of resolve. She had planned to bargain down the price. Yet her son was so weak-willed in front of a beautiful girl that he couldn't even move his feet. Now that everything was out in the open, Wu's mother didn't beat around the bush either and continued. To show the Wu family's sincerity, let's draw up an agreement, pay the dowry now, then choose a day for both families to sit down for a meal together, and settle on a wedding date. As for the house, your family can only move in after the young couple is married. Agreed, Wu Jinjin nodded. Wu's mother turned her head to look at Grandma Wu. What about you? Do you see any issues? Yin Yin had been raised by her hands after all, and Wu's mother felt it necessary to ask for Grandma Wu's opinion. Grandma Wu said, I have no objections. They were willing to pay so much, offer a house, and move the household registration. What could she possibly object to? Wu's mother had come prepared today. She took out 3 stacks of RMB from her bag. Here is 3,000 yuan. Let's write up an agreement, and consider this matter settled. Good, Grandma Wu nodded. Both Grandma Wu and Wu Jinjin were illiterate, so how the agreement was drawn up was entirely up to Wu's mother and Wu Lan. They only had to press their fingerprints as confirmation. It wasn't until they left Wu Lan's house that Grandma Wu still felt somewhat surreal. Jinjin, does our family really own a 2-story Western-style house with a yard now? Of course it's real. Wu Jinjin nodded. Not only that, you now have 3,000 yuan in your pocket too. Grandma Wu felt her pocket. Sure enough, those thick stacks of banknotes were still there. Wu Jinjin continued, how about it? I have got skills, don't I? The dowry was 2,000 yuan, and I managed to get it up to 3,000. According to your thinking, we would have just taken one house and nothing else. Wouldn't we have lost out big time? A full 3,000 yuan. What ordinary family could have so much money? Wealthy people really are different. Grandma Wu said with a smile. Yes, you are capable. No wonder they say a daughter is a mother's little padded jacket. Wu Jinjin went on. Mom, now that we also have money, let's go buy a bicycle and a sewing machine, shall we? Sure. Let's go now. A bicycle and a Singer sewing machine together cost over 1,100 yuan, but Grandma Wu wasn't hesitant to pay. After Wu Yanyan got home, she changed out of her long dress and into her usual clothes with patches. It wasn't until the afternoon that Grandma Wu returned with a smiling face, holding 2 roast chickens in her hands. Dalong Erlong, come and have some roast chicken. Grandma Wu called Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong over to eat the roast chicken. As soon as they heard there was roast chicken, the 2 little ones were over the moon and immediately ran over like crazy. Wu Erlong tore off a chicken leg. I'll bring this chicken leg to big sister to eat. Wu Grandma's face darkened. You are not to give it to her. Just now, Wu Yanyan had made the Wu family lose face, and Grandma Wu hadn't calmed down yet. At that moment, Wu Yanyan came over holding a dress. Grandma Wu quickly hid the roast chicken. What are you doing here? Wu Yanyan placed the dress aside. Grandma, I can't accept this dress, please return it to Auntie. Wearing that dress never sat right with her. You were given it, you wear it, Granny Wu said. No need, just return it to Auntie. After saying that, Wu Yanyan turned and walked away. Granny Wu herself had a strong opinion of Wu Yanyan, and now felt even more that Wu Yanyan was not presentable. All this fuss over a dress? In the afternoon, Wu Yinyan arrived at the noodle restaurant as agreed. 2 o'clock was precisely the restaurant's resting time. Seeing Wu Yinyan, Zhou Qingshang greeted her warmly. "Young lady, you've arrived." "Auntie," Zhou Qingshang continued, "come in quick, our boss is inside." Wu Yinyan followed Zhou Qingshang inside. Just as she walked in, Wu Yinyan saw a familiar figure. "Yang Yang?" Anai Yang was also a bit surprised and said with a smile, "Aunt Zhou, is this young lady the one you mentioned was coming to apply for a job?" Zhou Qingshang was also taken aback, nodded and said, Yes, that's her. Yang Yang, you two know each other?" Anai Yang pulled up a chair for Wu Yinyan to sit down. "More than just acquaintances, we're good friends too." Anai Yang had a good impression of Wu Yinyan. This young girl always gave her an unexplainable sense of affinity. Wu Yinyan looked at Anai Yang with undisguised surprise in her eyes. "Yang Yang, you're the boss of this place?" Anai Yang nodded. "Yeah." "Yang Yang, you're incredible." Someone like Anai Yang would surely come from a good background. Not like her who had nothing, coming from a poor background, and couldn't even keep her stomach full. To say she wasn't envious would be a lie. Every girl dreams of being a princess. Wu Yinyan was no exception. Anai Yang then said, "Yinyan, are you looking for work?" "Yes," Wu Yinyan nodded. "Yang Yang, can you give me a job?" Anai Yang hesitated for a moment. "Yinyan, you're only 17 this year, and according to the rules, our shop can't hire minors. But my other shop is short of long-term staff. The monthly salary is 40 yuan. Would your parents be willing to come?" After all, Anai Yang was in business, and her competitors were watching her like a hawk. If she really hired a child laborer, it would be just asking for trouble. As the saying goes, the bigger the tree, the harder it is to stay out of the wind. Currently, she couldn't take such risks. However, she really wanted to give Wu Yinyan a hand, so she suggested hiring Wu Yanyan's parents. A monthly salary of 40 yuan? These words made Wu Yanyan's eyes light up. Wu Jinshu and Yan Erji's combined monthly salary was barely 20 yuan. If they worked for Anai Yang, they could make 80 yuan a month. With those 80 yuan, she wouldn't have to worry about her two brothers' schooling and food and clothing problems anymore. Wu Yanyan said excitedly, "My parents can really come to work?" Anai Yang nodded. "Yeah." Wu Yanyan said with some concern, "But my parents are illiterate, and my dad has a disability. His right hand is missing the little finger. Can they really come to work?" It was precisely because Yan Erju was illiterate and Wu Jinshu had health issues that they never found a good job. Otherwise, their family wouldn't be struggling to get by. "It's okay," Anai Yang continued. "As long as uncle and auntie don't mind, doing cleaning work doesn't require literacy, and it's relatively light and doesn't require much strength." Chapter 828. Domineering. The noodle restaurant's cleaning job mainly involves tidying up tables and sweeping floors, which isn't considered heavy labor for someone used to hard work. "Yang Yang, are you serious?" Wu Yinyan asked with a hint of disbelief. Anai Yang nodded. "Of course I'm serious. Do you think I would joke about something like this? By the way, are your parents home? If they are, have them come over for a trial. If they think it's good, they can start working tomorrow morning." Wu Yinyan excitedly said, "They're at home. I'll go and call them over right now." Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju were actually not at home, but Wu Yinyan didn't want them to miss such a good job opportunity. "All right, Yinyan, don't rush. I'll be in the shop all day today." Hearing this, Zhou Qingshang looked at Anai Yang in surprise. Since there were several stores, Anai Yang usually spent no more than 2 hours in each shop. Today, to help Wu Yinyan, she said she would stay in the shop the entire day. "Then Yang Yang, I'll be right back." Wu Yinyan ran towards the door. Fortunately, the place where Wu Yinyan worked wasn't far from here. She first went to the rice shop where Yan Erju worked. In the mild May weather, Yan Erju was nevertheless sweating profusely as she carried a 160-pound bag of rice up to the second floor of the rice shop. There were many workers in the rice shop who carried rice bags, but they were all strong men. It was quite rare to see a woman like Yan Erju doing such work. Therefore, everyone admired Yan Erju greatly. "Erju, your daughter's here," a co-worker told Yan Erju. Although Wu Yinyan seldom came to the rice shop, she was very beautiful, so everyone remembered her. "My elder daughter is here?" Yen Erju dropped the bag of rice and casually wiped her forehead with her sleeve. Yes, she's waiting for you outside right now. Oh, then I'll go right away. Yen Erju put her sleeve down. Normally, Wu Yinyan wouldn't come to the rice shop to find her unless something happened at home. With this thought, Yen Erju felt a sudden rush of anxiety and hurried towards the door. Xiaorun, why did you come? Is something wrong at home? No, Wu Yinyan shook her head. Mom, I found a better job for you and Dad. Please take a leave, and then come for an interview with me. Relieved that nothing was wrong at home, Yen Erju asked, what kind of good job? Wu Yinyan explained the situation. Upon hearing this, Yen Erju said in surprise, really 40 yuan a month? Working in the rice shop, struggling day in and day out. She barely earned a bit more than 10 yuan a month. And now, simply cleaning could earn her 40 yuan a month? At that time, even educated people working in factories were only earning 30 yuan a month. Could she, who couldn't recognize a single written character, really earn a monthly salary of 40 yuan? Really? Wu Yinyan nodded confidently. Mom, let's hurry and go find Dad. Yen Erju hesitated, still somewhat incredulous. Xiaoyan, you're not being fooled by someone, are you? Wu Yinyan smiled and said, Yang isn't a cheat. She's the one who invited us to eat dumpling soup last time, and gave me 13 yuan. Upon hearing this, Yen Erju believed her by 70 to 80%, and took off her work apron. Then I'll ask our boss for leave right now. Yen Erju successfully took her leave. Let's go quickly. Mother and daughter arrived at the construction site where Wu Jinshu worked. Wu Jinshu, upon hearing about the job, was also somewhat incredulous. He only earned a few cents for a whole day's work at the construction site. A monthly salary of 40 yuan was undoubtedly great news. The three of them hurried to Inai Yang's noodle restaurant, all in less than an hour. Yin, here you are. These must be your uncle and aunt? Inai Yang stood up politely. Wu Yinyan nodded. Yang, this is my dad, and this is my mom. Mom and dad, this is Yang, and she owns this noodle restaurant. Hello, young comrade. I am Zioyan's mother. I am Yanyan's father. Although Inai Yang was young, she was beautiful, well-dressed, and exuded an air of elegance, not seeming like an average person. Standing in front of such a distinguished person, Wu Jinshu and his wife felt quite awkward, unsure of where to put their hands. This couple looked very simple and honest. Inai Yang smiled and said, Uncle and Auntie, please sit down. Don't be nervous. As she spoke, Inai Yang poured a cup of tea for the couple. Uncle, Auntie, please have some tea. Chapter 829 Domineering. _2. Thank you, we're not thirsty. Yen Erju said nervously as she slightly bowed. Inai Yang continued. How old are you two this year, Uncle and Auntie? Wu Jinshu was so nervous he wasn't sure what to say, but Yen Erju was more composed. I am 34 this year, and Zioyan's dad is 35. Inai Yang smiled and said, then Uncle and Auntie are about the same age as my mom. She is 38 this year, and my dad is a bit older than you all. Yen Erju said, we are just poor folks, how could we compare with you? We all come from a farming background, having walked through hard times. There are no levels among us. When my mom and I first came to Beijing 2 years ago, we almost didn't have a place to stay. Luckily, we met a kind soul on the train who provided us a foothold. Inai Yang said. Hearing Inai Yang say this, the nervousness in Yen Erju's heart lessened considerably, and she was also somewhat surprised. She had not expected that Inai Yang was also a farmer's daughter. Yen Erju wasn't the only surprised one. Wu Yinyan was as well. Especially Wu Yinyan, who had always assumed that Inai Yang came from a wealthy background. She had not expected that Inai Yang's past was just like hers. In just 2 years, Inai Yang had achieved so much. She was truly impressive. Where are you originally from? Yen Erju asked. Inai Yang smiled slightly. We're from Dam Village. Dam Village? A delighted expression appeared in Yen Erju's eyes. You're from Dam Village? We're from Haiqing too, and we live in the village right next to yours. In the vast sea of people in Beijing, it's not easy to come across someone from the same hometown. Inai Yang was a bit surprised as she said, really? Seeing that Yen Erju and the others were getting more relaxed, Inai Yang continued, Uncle and Auntie, Yin Yun has already talked to you about the salary, right? 40 yuan a month, work 6 days and rest 1, so you have 4 rest days each month. You'll also receive benefits during the Dragon Boat Festival, Mid-Autumn Festival, and Spring Festival. There are rest days and benefits too. This treatment is really too good. Yen Erju was a bit amazed. She hadn't expected the salary to be so high and to still include rest days. And Ah Young nodded. Uncle and Auntie, if you agree, come along with me now to see the work environment. We agree. Of course we agree. Yen Erju nodded eagerly. With such a great job opportunity, it would be foolish not to agree. Then Uncle and Auntie, please come with me. The other noodle restaurant was a bit far from here, and Ah Young took the 3 of them there by taxi. The taxi had exactly 5 seats. This other branch of the noodle restaurant was considerably larger than the previous one, with 2 stories, both upstairs and downstairs. Although the storefront was large, it was still overwhelmed with diners. The store manager of this branch was Gooden's mother, Han Xiaoqin. Yang. Seeing An Ah Young arrive, Han Xiaoqin quickly came out to greet her. An Ah Young continued. Auntie Han, this is my good friend Wu Yanyan, and these are Yanyan's parents. Our store just happens to be in need of 2 cleaning staff, and I have already discussed this with Uncle Wu and Auntie Wu, and they will start working tomorrow. Uncle Wu, Auntie Wu, this is the store manager here, Han Xiaoqin. Hello, Manager Han. Han Xiaoqin was also a very warm person, smiling. Don't be so formal, there's no need for such rules here. Just call me Xiao Han. Come in and get acquainted with the work environment. Actually, the job of cleaning is very easy, just wiping the tables and sweeping the floors. Everyone followed her in. The store already had 1 cleaning lady. After looking around the store for a while, Yen Erju and Wu Jinshu felt completely stress-free. Cleaning here was just like doing housework. Being farmers themselves, this kind of work was nothing to them, especially since the salary at the store was so high. After confirming there were no issues with the job, the couple signed their contracts with Han Xiaoqin. Even when they got home in the evening, Yen Erju and Wu Jinshu were still a bit dazed. Jinshu, did we really find a job that pays 40 yuan a month? Really? Wu Jinshu nodded, pulling out the contract from the bag. Look, we've even signed the contract. Yen Erju, overwhelmed with joy, didn't know what to say and just clung to Wu Jinshu's wrist. Jinshu, how much will our combined salary be then? It'll be 80. Wu Jinshu answered. 80. Yen Erju laughed out loud with joy. 80. With these 80 yuan, we can send all 3 kids to school and never have to worry about not having the rent money again. Chapter 830, Domineering. _3. A month is 80 yuan. A year is 960 yuan. In the past, they could only earn a bit more than 200 yuan a year, and now it has increased nearly 5-fold. Seeing how happy her parents were, Wu Yanyan was also very happy. What made her happy was that she could finally go to school. Her parents no longer had to worry about making a living in the future. For a poor family, education is the best way out. Once she got into university, she would lead her family to a better life. Yen Erju turned her head to look at Wu Yanyan and said with a smile, Xiaoyan, the fortune teller in our village was right after all. You are the auspicious star reincarnated from heaven, capable of bringing good fortune to our family. Wu Yanyan replied, Mom, that's all superstition. I think we really ought to thank Yang. If not for her, you and Dad wouldn't have found such a good job. Neither Wu Jinshu nor Yen Erju could read, and Wu Jinshu had a disability, which meant that no shop would normally hire them. Yen Erju nodded her head. You're right, we should thank Yang properly. Speaking of which, Yang is really capable too, owning several storefronts and even becoming a boss at such a young age. She looks only around 17 or 18. By the way, Xiaoran, how did you meet Yang? Wu Yanyan answered. Yang and Xiaoyu are classmates and good friends. I met her through Xiaoyu. Oh, I see. Just then, Grandma Wu walked in from outside, carrying 2 strips of pork in her hand. Erju, take this meat and stir-fry it for the kids to ease their cravings. Yen Erju exclaimed in surprise. Mom, where did you get this meat from? At that time, pork fat was 2 yuan per jin, and the 2 strips of meat that Grandma Wu had were at least 3 to 4 jin, which was worth 7 to 8 yuan. The Wu family was so poor that even money was scarce. Where could Grandma Wu get the money from? Grandma Wu replied, "Of course I bought it. What, you think I stole it?" Yan Erju took the strips of pork. "Was it Jin who gave you the money?" Wu Jin, though her family's situation was not bad, was definitely not that generous. Usually, the gifts she gave were secretly passed to Grandma Wu, like a couple of lard cakes or 2 chicken legs. Grandma Wu gave Yan Erju a glance. "It's my own money. What's the matter? You don't allow this old woman to have some private savings." No, that's not what I meant." Yan Erju quickly shook her head, then said to Wu Yanyan, "Xiaoyan, let's go cook in the kitchen." "Okay." Wu Yanyan nodded her head and followed Yan Erju's footsteps. After the mother and daughter left, Wu Jinshu said to Grandma Wu with a smile, "Mom, I've got some good news for you." "What good news?" asked Grandma Wu. Wu Jinshu replied, "Yanyan helped Erju and me find new jobs at the noodle restaurant, cleaning for 40 yuan a month. We get 4 days off each month, and there are benefits during the holidays too." Under normal circumstances, Grandma Wu would have been delighted to hear this. But today she showed little reaction. After all, she had seen a bit of the world by now. Grandma Wu said, 40 yuan a month, what's that? Put together, you two merely earn 80 yuan. Over 12 months, that's only 960 yuan. At this rate, when will you be able to buy a 2-story house with a yard in Beijing? The Wu family alone gave 3,000 yuan as a bride price, which could let Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju work for 3 years. Not to mention, it included a 2-story house. Wu Jinshu did not expect this reaction from Grandma Wu. "Mom, when did you get so extravagant? You're even looking down on 40 yuan? Keep in mind, I used to earn just a few cents per day working on the construction site." Grandma Wu glanced at Wu Jinshu. "That was then, this is now. I've done my research. In Beijing, building a 2-story house costs at least 20,000 yuan. Those 20,000 yuan, even if both of you didn't eat or drink, would take 20 years to save. After those 20 years, you would both be old, and the kids wouldn't need spouses anymore." Wu Jinshu laughed. "Money is earned gradually. Don't worry." At that moment, Wu Jinshu suddenly remembered something Enai Yang had said in the afternoon, and continued, "Good days are created from bad ones. I believe that our family's life will keep getting better." Grandma Wu snorted. "Without me in this house, you can forget about the days ever getting better." With that, she turned around and headed inside the house. Chapter 831 Domineering _4. Wu Jinshu scratched his head in confusion. Why did he feel like there was more to his mom's words? It was so strange. However, Wu Jinshu's confusion was soon diluted by the braised pork Yan Erju served up. Now that the couple had new jobs, their life was looking up. They enjoyed the meal with a sense of ease and deep satisfaction. As evening fell, Enai Yang returned to the Zheng family home. The Zheng patriarch and matriarch were at home, taking care of little Enai Yun. "Grandpa and Grandma, where are my dad and mom?" Enai Yang walked in and not seeing Enai Tsuehua or Shengguan Dehui, asked curiously. "Their parents went to the orphanage and have not come back yet," Mrs. Zheng said. Only then did Enai Yang remember that Enai Tsuehua would go to the orphanage every Wednesday with Shengguan Dehui to bring clothes and food, and to spend time chatting and playing games with the children. Enai Tsuehua rarely spoke of it, but in fact, she had never forgotten those 3 abandoned daughters. She filed a report at the police station and provided a blood sample, hoping that one day she could find those 3 poor children. Going to the orphanage was also a way to accumulate blessings for those 3 children. Enai Yang nodded her head. Just at this moment, Zheng Siyu suddenly rushed down from upstairs yelling, "There's a ghost trying to kill me. Sister, save me." Even though she was clearly insane, she still recognized Mrs. Zheng and hid behind her. "Don't be afraid, Siyu, don't be afraid," Mrs. Zheng said as she protected Zheng Siyu behind her. "There are no ghosts in this world." There are ghosts. "Really there are," Zheng Siyu said, looking around in terror. "Look there, that's a ghost." "That too. They're all ghosts. All of them are ghosts. Not a single good person." "Madam, don't be afraid. Shall I help you fight off the ghosts?" Enai Yang walked over to Zheng Siyu and casually took her hand. No, Zhang Suyu shook her head frantically. You're a ghost too. You all are. Don't harm me. Don't harm me. I didn't see anything. Zhang Suyu's condition was getting worse by the day, to the point where even when Enai Yang placed a golden needle in her Laogong acupoint, it had no effect. Enai Yang narrowed her eyes slightly, capturing Zhang Suyu's last sentence accurately. She looked up at Zhang Suyu. You saw something, I know you did. What did you see? I didn't see anything, I didn't see anything. Zhang Suyu said in agony, clutching her head, becoming increasingly panicked. There seemed to be nothing in front of her, yet she acted as if she were staring into a bottomless hell. I didn't see anything, don't harm me. Watching Zhang Suyu's condition deteriorate, Enai Yang swiftly knocked Zhang Suyu out with a chop of her hand. Mrs. Zhang was startled. Yang, what are you doing? Enai Yang continued. It's okay, Grandma, don't worry. I'll take Madam upstairs to rest now. There were certain things that Enai Yang could not discuss directly with Mrs. Zhang, not because she distrusted Mrs. Zhang, but others. So some things it was better if she kept to herself. Thus, Mrs. Zhang looked on as Enai Yang carried Zhang Suyu on her back and headed upstairs. Such strength. Mrs. Zhang watched, flabbergasted. Little Enai Yun clapped and laughed. Sister is so powerful. After bringing Zhang Suyu upstairs and covering her with a blanket on the bed, Enai Yang realized that Zhang Suyu's hysteria was becoming more severe. She needed to figure out the 13 ghost gates acupuncture technique soon. Judging by what Zhang Suyu had said today, she most definitely knew some secret. The next day, Wu Jinshu and his wife Yan Erju went to work at the noodle restaurant. Both of them were honest people who greatly valued their jobs. They cleaned meticulously, never slacking even a bit, and they were friendly to boot. The other employees at the restaurant also took quite a liking to these two new colleagues. Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju used to settle for hard-steamed buns they brought with them for lunch when they worked before. But now, the restaurant not only provided free lunch but also a very generous one at that. There was a lunch menu posted in the restaurant. Although the couple couldn't read, other employees told them that Mondays and Thursdays were rice with 5 dishes plus soup, a balance of meats and vegetables. On Fridays and Saturdays there were beef and mutton stewed noodles, and on Sundays dumpling soup. Today being Thursday there was an abundant spread of 5 dishes plus soup, including braised pork and seaweed egg soup, and there was plenty to go around, making sure everyone was well fed. After lunch, each person could even take an apple. The good working conditions meant that the employees were enthusiastic in their tasks. Chapter 832, Dominant. _5. So, in Enai Yang's noodle restaurant and milk tea shop, including other shops, there had never been a case of an employee resigning unless it was for an irresistible reason. This was also a main reason for Enai Yang's success. She never acted like a blood-sucking capitalist. Days passed by peacefully for 2 days. On the 3rd day, Wu Jinjin found Grandma Wu. Mom, Wu Chang's mom came to see me yesterday. Grandma Wu was shaking out new clothes she had bought for Wu Jinshu and her 2 grandsons. What did she want? Wu Jinjin, speechless, said. You did take 3,000 yuan from her. What do you think she wants? Who takes money and doesn't do anything? Only then did Grandma Wu remember that she had arranged a marriage for Wu Yanyan, and had taken 3,000 yuan from them. Right, if you didn't mention it, I would have almost forgotten about this matter. She had been too happy these past few days. Wu Jinjin continued. Have you told my brother and sister-in-law about this? Not yet. Grandma Wu shook her head. Wu Jinjin became anxious. Why haven't you said anything? Wu Chang's mom is eager to meet. Only then did Grandma Wu realize the urgency. Jinjin, how do you think I should tell them? Wu Jinjin said. Just say it however. It needs to be said sooner or later, and it's not a big deal. Wu Chang's family gave us so much stuff. My brother and sister-in-law might be thrilled. Grandma Wu nodded. Yes, you are right. What did Wu Chang's mom say? When does she want to visit? Wu Jinjin continued. The 18th of this month would be good. The 18th of this month? There are only a few days left. Today is already the 15th. Grandma Wu said. Wu Jinjin smilingly said. After all, Wu Chang is also getting on in age, and his mom is anxious to have grandchildren. It's normal for her to be a bit anxious. Grandma Wu nodded. Today, since the couple was not working, after Wu Jinjin left, Grandma Wu took out the new clothes she had bought for the two children and Wu Jinshu. Jinshu, these are for you and the kids. Wu Jinshu was surprised. Mom, did you buy these for me? Grandma Wu nodded. Yan Erju was even more puzzled. Where did Grandma Wu get so much private money from? But as a daughter-in-law, it wasn't appropriate for her to ask directly. Seeing the new clothes, the two children were ecstatic. Wu Jinshu continued. Mom, did you really buy these? The fabric looks quite good. These must have cost a good amount of money, right? Grandma Wu didn't directly answer Wu Jinshu's question but instead said, try them on and see if they fit. Wu Jinshu put the clothes on the table. Mom, tell me honestly what's going on with these clothes? Otherwise, I won't try them on. I bought them with private money. Grandma Wu said. Wu Jinshu sensed something was amiss. These clothes must cost at least 10 yuan. Where did you get so much private money? You don't need to worry about that. For a moment, Grandma Wu hadn't figured out how to explain the situation to Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju. Mom, lately you've been buying meat and clothes. Tell me honestly, where is all this money coming from? Wu Jinshu suddenly became serious. Grandma Wu shivered inexplicably and stood up. Come with me for a moment. Wu Jinshu followed Grandma Wu's steps. Yan Erju watched the mother and son with a puzzled look, curiosity filling her eyes. What could they not say in front of her, having to whisper secretly? After so many years, her mother-in-law still treated her as an outsider. They entered a room and closed the door. Wu Jinshu's eyelids twitched several times, sensing that something significant was about to happen. Mom, what exactly has happened? Grandma Wu pulled Wu Jinshu to sit down. Jinshu, sit first. Wu Jinshu sat down somewhat nervously. Grandma Wu didn't immediately discuss the matter but began to wipe away tears. Jinshu, life hasn't been easy for Mom. The year I turned 28, your dad passed away, and I've been a widow ever since. During the Great Famine, I ate tree bark and clay, barely managing to raise you and your sister. Wu Jinshu sighed. Mom, I know it hasn't been easy for you. Just tell me directly what has happened. As long as it's not about committing murder or arson, your son can handle it. Grandma Wu looked at Wu Jinshu. Actually, this matter is a joyous occasion for our family. What joyous occasion? Wu Jinshu asked. Grandma Wu wiped her tears. I should be happy to tell this. I shouldn't be crying, but I just can't control it. Our family has finally started living well. You must cherish it. Chapter 833, Domineering. _6. Grandma Wu was a very astute old lady. She knew Wu Jinshu might not accept the abrupt news, so she needed to lay some groundwork first. Wu Jinshu's patience was nearly worn out by Grandma Wu. What exactly is the happy occasion? Just say it. Grandma Wu suddenly stopped her weeping. I found a match for Yan Yun. Wu Jinshu was shocked, his face turned pale, and he stood up from the table. What? Jinshu, don't worry. Although I'm not Yan Yun's biological grandmother, I am no different from one. The family I found for Yan Yun has very good conditions, and they even promised to give us a small Western-style house. Wu Jinshu seemed to suddenly realize something. So these things you've bought in recent days, they weren't with your own money? Grandma Wu didn't speak, which was as good as an admission. Wu Jinshu's voice grew loud with anger. So the fine cuts of meat I've been eating these days were bought with the money from selling off my daughter. Grandma Wu corrected him. It's the betrothal gift, not money from selling off a daughter. You're making it sound too ugly. No way. I don't agree with this. Go and return the money to them immediately. It can't be returned now. At this point, Grandma Wu became calm and composed. Why not? Wu Jinshu asked. It just can't be returned. Grandma Wu was very firm in her attitude. I just can't understand why you care so much about a girl who was picked up from the streets. Is she more important than your own son? Outside the door, when Yan Erju heard these words, she turned pale. She walked to the front room, trying to act as though nothing had happened, and said to Wu Yanyan, Xiaoyan, take Dalong and Erlong out to play on the street. And by the way, buy 3 pounds of salt and some soy sauce. Okay, sure. Wu Yanyan nodded. Yan Erju handed Wu Yanyan 2 yuan. Split the remaining money among the three of you and buy some candy. Wu Dalong was overjoyed to hear they could buy candy. Seeing Wu Yanyan leaving the house with the two kids, Yan Erju's expression instantly turned cold. She rushed to the kitchen, grabbed a kitchen knife, and headed to Grandma Wu's room. Bang! Yan Erju, accustomed to physical labor, kicked open the rickety door with one foot. Both Grandma Wu and Wu Jinshu inside were startled. Yan Erju slammed the kitchen knife onto the table. If anyone dares sell my daughter today, I will fight them to the end. Yan Erju was a straightforward person, a respectful daughter-in-law. Throughout her years of marriage to Wu Jinshu, she had never argued with Grandma Wu. Today was a first. Grandma Wu was initially stunned, then sat down on the ground, starting to throw a tantrum, weeping. Oh my God! What sins have I committed? Now my own daughter-in-law is wielding a knife to kill me. When I was young, I lost my husband, and now even my daughter-in-law is turning against me, threatening to kill me. I struggled so hard to raise two children. What for? Had I known this, I wouldn't have bothered raising them. Oh God! Why is my life so miserable? Why don't I just die? Lord, so many people are dying outside. Why don't you take me too? You're leaving me here to suffer, to suffer. In terms of being unreasonable and shameless, how could Yan Erju outdo Grandma Wu? The fact that Grandma Wu had managed to bring up two children alone during the Great Famine indicated she was no ordinary person. Yan Erju also sat down on the ground and began to cry loudly. No one can sell my daughter. Grandma Wu cried even louder. How pitiful, I'm so pitiful. When I was young, I lost my husband. The son I raised is useless. And now the unfilial daughter-in-law has joined forces to bully me. A lonely old widow. Go ahead and kill. Go ahead and kill. If you don't kill me today, you're not Yan Erju. As she spoke, Grandma Wu picked up the kitchen knife from the table and moved toward Yan Erju. Caught between his mother and his wife, Wu Jinshu was distraught to tears, fearing an actual loss of life. How would he resolve this? Mom, please don't do this. Erju doesn't mean that. Get out of my way. You're worthless. I'm not your mother. I don't have a spineless waste of a son like you. Grandma Wu kicked Wu Jinshu away. I tell you, today it's either her or me. She thinks she's tough. She wants to kill? Let her do it. Chapter 834. Domineering. _7 She Yan Erju was fearsome indeed. She even dared to threaten her with a knife. If she did not teach her a lesson today, she would think she could be easily bullied. This time, Wu Jinshu did not hold back. Wresting the kitchen knife from Grandma Wu's hand, he harshly said, Mom, you were wrong in this matter. Erju is not to blame. Grandma Wu and Yan Erju were both stunned. Calm and steady Wu Jinshu had never lost his temper like this before. Wu Jinshu threw the kitchen knife into the yard. Mom, it's not just Erju who disagrees, I disagree too. Go and break off this engagement right now. Seeing Wu Jinshu supporting her, Yan Erju breathed a sigh of relief. Grandma Wu burst into tears again. I can't live like this, I can't live anymore, you are all forcing me to die. Mom, I'm not joking with you. Yan Yan is still young, she needs to study. She can't get married this early. Grandma Wu wiped away her tears. This matter cannot be called off now. It has to be called off regardless. Wu Jinshu's stance was very firm. Otherwise, don't blame me for not recognizing you as my mother. On hearing this, Grandma Wu looked at Wu Jinshu in shock. For that foundling girl, you would disown me, your own mother? Was she really less important than a foundling? Yan Erju suddenly spoke up. Xiaoyun is not a foundling. She is my own biological daughter. You never cared for her even for a day. What right do you have to sell her off? What right? In Yan Erju's heart, Wu Yanyan was her own daughter. Grandma Wu glared at Yan Erju. Not a foundling? If not a foundling, then did you have her with some unknown man outside? Oh, now I get it. That explains why you always protect that wild girl. You had an affair, dishonoring yourself. You shameless woman. How could our esteemed Wu family have someone like you, bringing us disgrace? What are you babbling about? Yan Erju was angrily triggered. Being an honest person, she could not tolerate such baseless accusations from her mother-in-law. I am done arguing with you today. Yan Erju and Grandma Wu started physically fighting. Wu Jinshu massaged his temples in agony. Yan Erju was truly enraged, not holding back in her attacks, and though Grandma Wu was no pushover, she was getting on in years. She was no match for Yan Erju. Wu Jinshu thought it was about time and pulled them apart. Grandma Wu sat on the ground, crying her heart out, with 3 scratch marks on her face from Yan Erju. Yan Erju was not much injured, but her hair had been yanked out in clumps by Grandma Wu. Both were in a sorry state. After a long while, the atmosphere finally calmed down a bit, and Wu Jinshu took hold of Grandma Wu saying, "Mom, come with me to Wu Lan's house right now and clear up this matter. It's unfixable." Grandma Wu pushed away Wu Jinshu's hand. "I've already received 3,000 yuan as a betrothal gift from Wu Lan's brother, bought a bicycle and a sewing machine for your sister, and 2,000 yuan is lost. Calling off the marriage sounds easy. Do you have 3,000 yuan? 3,000 yuan? For a family like Wu Jinshu's, 3,000 yuan was an astronomical figure. Wu Jinshu was stunned. After that statement, Grandma Wu moved to the bed to lie down, turning her back to Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju. "I've already told everyone, they are coming to our house the day after tomorrow to dine and fix the wedding date. You all have to agree whether you agree or not. Otherwise, you might as well kill me. I don't want to live anymore." Chapter 835. I want to divorce you. Wu Grandma's words came out bold and shameless. Yet Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju were completely unable to do anything about her. They certainly couldn't really kill Wu Grandma. Yan Erju cried in despair. "I can't live this way anymore. Life is unlivable like this. Wu Jinshu, I want to divorce you. Divorce, divorce, divorce. Let's do it immediately." Wu Grandma sat up in bed, pointing at Yan Erju. "You'd better take your things and get out of our Wu family's house. But the kids belong to our Wu family, and you're not taking a single one with you." Did Yan Erju think she could threaten her with divorce? She truly wasn't afraid. In the future, their family would have a Western-style house and a Beijing residence registration. Wouldn't it be easy for Wu Jinshu to find another wife? "You just say less," Wu Jinshu said. "Erju, don't be angry, my mom's gone senile. She's lost her mind." Wu Jinshu helped Yan Erju up from the floor. "Let's go back to our room. There will definitely be a way to solve this." Hearing Wu Jinshu protect Yan Erju to the point of calling his own mother crazy sent Wu Grandma into a rage. This was outrageous. Wu Grandma immediately sprang out of bed, hurling curses. "I'm crazy. I'm a lunatic. What sin did I commit in the past to raise such a thing like you? Now, to protect a little vile woman, you even dare to call your own mother crazy. You unfilial son will descend to the 18th layer of hell for this." Wu Jinshu pretended not to hear these words, pulling Yan Erju towards their room. Wu Grandma, so angry she was shaking, invoked Wu Jinshu's dead father in her tirade, bouncing up and down on her feet as if they were on springs. Yan Erju was pulled into the room by Wu Jinshu. Wu Jinshu comforted her. "Erju, don't worry, our family will definitely not sell our daughter. Even if I have to sell my blood, we will gather these 3,000 yuan." This was not just to comfort Yan Erju. Wu Jinshu was truly ready to sell his blood. When Wu Yanyan had been picked up, with her umbilical cord still uncut, it was they who had raised her, dealing with all the mess and pee. Over the years, Yan Erju, not just Wu Jinshu, treated her as their own daughter. In their family of 3 boys, Wu Yanyan was the only daughter. If the family hadn't been so poor, they would have cherished their daughter like the apple of their eye. Alas, they couldn't afford to. Yan Erju, weeping inconsolably in Wu Jinshu's arms, cried out, "My Xiaoyan is so fated to suffer. If I knew it'd be so hard with us, I'd rather have sent her to live with my sister." Yan Erju's sister, named Yan Daiju, was much older than Yan Erju. When Yan Erju had found Wu Yanyan, Yan Daiju really wanted to adopt her, since they had 4 boys and longed for a daughter, but Yan Erju had not agreed. Now looking back, Yan Erju was filled with regret. Yan Daiju's family was doing really well. 3 of her 4 sons had gone to college and were working. If Wu Yanyan had been with them, she surely would still be in school now. "Erju, what nonsense are you talking about? Since we've brought Yanyan home, she is our daughter, and you shall not say such things again. Come on now, wipe away your tears, lest the kids come back and worry unnecessarily when they see us like this." Yan Erju, wiping her tears, asked. But what do we do now? Xiaoyan is only 17 this year. Are we really going to let her marry and become someone's stepmother? No. As long as I am around, I won't let her marry and become anyone's stepmother. Wu Jinshu said. I'll sell blood right after work tomorrow, and we'll save whatever we can. Yan Erju nodded. Okay, I'll go too. Wu Yinyun took her 2 younger brothers out to the streets. The 2 boys were young and overjoyed at the sight of candy. Wu Yinyun was weighed down with worries. She always felt something had happened at home, and Yan Erju had deliberately sent her out. While Wu Yinyun was preoccupied with her thoughts, a gentle voice rang out in front of her. Yinyun. Yang Yang. Wu Yinyun looked up, not expecting to see Ni Yang, her eyes filled with surprise. Yinyun, are these your little brothers? Ni Yang continued to ask. Wu Yinyun nodded. This is my eldest brother Wu Dalong, and this is my second brother Wu Erlong. We also have a youngest brother named Wu Xiaolong. Dalong Erlong, this is sister Yang Yang, she's a benefactor to our family. Both Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong had a yellowish complexion, and although Wu Yinyun was a bit darker, it was clear that her darkness was acquired from sun exposure. Among the facial features, one of the brothers resembled Wu Jinshu, and the other resembled Yan Erju. Chapter 836. I want to divorce you. Underfertu. But Wu Yinyun was unlike any of them. Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong were a bit shy, hiding behind Wu Yinyun, afraid to address anyone, and quietly sizing up Ni Yang. This sister is so pretty, even prettier than our own older sister. Ni Yang then said, Yinyun, my home is nearby. Why don't you bring your 2 brothers over to play? Every time she saw Wu Yinyun, she felt a sense of affection, which is why she invited Wu Yinyun to visit her home. Moreover, Wu Yinyun didn't resemble her parents, while one brother resembled their father, and the other resembled their mother. Given that Wu Yinyun's parents were also from Haiqing City, Ni Yang even now harbored a bold suspicion. Wu Yinyun was worried about her family. I can't today, my mom is waiting for the soy sauce and salt I need to bring back for cooking. Ni Yang took Wu Yinyun's wrist directly. Come on, come on. My mother and I have only been in Beijing for 2 years and don't have many friends. Your brothers and you visiting us would certainly make my parents and my grandparents very happy. It's just after 3 now, still early for cooking. Ni Yang's enthusiasm made it hard for Wu Yinyun to refuse. The Zheng family's place wasn't far. It was a mere 5-minute walk away. Standing in front of the glittering and splendid villa, Wu Yinyun was extremely shocked. She had passed by this villa every day on her way to school but had never thought that Ni Yang actually lived here. Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong were also very surprised, tugging at Wu Yinyun's sleeve quietly. Big sister, this place is so beautiful. The villa had servants, and the decor was luxurious, which made Wu Yinyun feel somewhat restrained. Although she wasn't dirty, she was wearing patched clothes. Even the servants of the Zheng family wore better than her. Fortunately, the Zheng family's servants were all well-mannered, without any hint of a strange look, and Ni Yang didn't look down on her, keeping her arm linked with Wu Yinyun's the whole walkover. The butler brought over several plates of exquisite pastries and beverages. Ni Yang asked, Where's my mom? Madam is upstairs, the butler replied. Oh. Ni Yang nodded, and then encouraged Wu Yinyun and her 2 brothers to eat the snacks and drink the beverages. Wu Yinyun still restrained herself, while her 2 brothers were happily eating. Yinyun, no need to be so tense, make yourself at home here. Actually, we've only just moved into this place ourselves. A year ago, it wasn't even our house. Ni Yang started the conversation willingly. Ah, why? Wu Yinyun was curious. Picking up 2 pastries, one for herself and passing one to Wu Yinyun, Ni Yang began to tell Wu Yinyun about Ni Qihua's background. Wu Yinyun listened in amazement. Oh my! I feel like I'm reading one of Auntie Jinjiu's novels. Auntie Jinjiu's tragic novels were very popular during that time, and Wu Yinyun had read them too. Ni Yang said, Life is not like a novel. My mother and I only started to have better days in the past 2 years. Before that, we were living in Dam Village. Our grandmother valued boys over girls. Right after my mother had a few sisters, she was thrown behind the mountain to feed the wolves. We decided to come to Beijing only when we couldn't go on living like that. Thinking back on that life now, it feels like a dream. And Na Yang wasn't someone who talked incessantly, and she rarely mentioned her past to others. She did so this time because she had her doubts. Besides, these things weren't secrets. Even if things weren't as she thought, it wouldn't matter if Wu Yanyan came to know them. Wu Yanyan listened in amazement. How could your grandmother do such a thing? Although Grandma Wu didn't like her very much, Wu Yanyan had never entertained the idea of being discarded by her. That was too horrifying. Who does such a thing to their own granddaughter? And Na Yang smiled bitterly and shook her head. There was nothing I could do about having such a grandmother. I was young at the time, and my mother had just given birth. We had no way to stand up to her. I don't even know if those sisters of mine are dead or alive now. Wu Yanyan sighed. Yang, don't worry, maybe your sisters are fortunate and still alive. As she spoke these words, Wu Yanyan herself lacked confidence. Newborn babies had no capability to survive, and having been thrown so far away, the likelihood of living was slim. Just then an Aitsuehua came downstairs. Yang, do we have visitors? Mom. And Yang stood up quickly to introduce Wu Yanyan. Hello, Auntie. Wu Yanyan was a polite and well-mannered child as well. And Aitsuehua smiled and said, Please sit, don't be formal here. Just treat it like your own home. Chapter 837. I want to divorce you. _3. Upon finishing her sentence, and Aitsuehua had someone bring over many delicious dishes. Yanyan, you and your brothers don't need to go back tonight, just stay for dinner. And Aitsuehua was also fond of Wu Yanyan. The young girl was pretty and knew her manners. Upon hearing this, Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong's eyes lit up. Wu Yanyan said, Thank you, Auntie, you are too kind. My mom is waiting for the salt and soy sauce to cook dinner. Oh, is that so? And Aitsuehua nodded and turned to walk upstairs. After a while, and Aitsuehua came down from upstairs with 2 large bags in her hands. Around 5 o'clock, Wu Yanyan expressed her wish to leave. And Aitsuehua handed the 2 bags to Wu Yanyan. Yanyan, these clothes were gifts for Yang, but she usually prefers to wear cheongsam, so these are surplus to her needs and it's a waste to keep them at home. If you don't mind, please take them to wear. These were gifts from some relatives when Na Yang returned to the Zheng family. The clothes were brand new but not to Na Yang's taste, so they remained at home. And Aitsuehua originally wanted to donate them to the orphanage, but the children there were quite young. And Aitsuehua saw that Wu Yanyan's clothes were not very nice, so she decided to give them to Wu Yanyan. Wu Yanyan's family was poor, her clothes, generally patched up, were mostly relief clothing received from the village. Though these relief clothes were previously worn by others, the clothes Aitsuehua gave were all new. When Aitsuehua handed over the clothes, Wu Yanyan was very happy. Thank you, Auntie. I don't mind at all. Seeing how happy Wu Yanyan was, Aitsuehua was also very pleased. I'm glad you like them, remember to come visit us often. Okay, Auntie. Wu Yanyan nodded. Aitsuehua and Na Yang saw Wu Yanyan out to the gate. Under the sunlight, Na Yang's hand held a slender strand of hair. Wu Dalong tugged at Wu Yanyan's sleeve. Sister Yang earlier was so pretty. Can we often come to visit their home? Wu Yanyan pinched Wu Dalong's nose. You just want those tasty snacks and candies, don't you? Wu Dalong stuck out his tongue. Honestly, aside from being a bit greedy, Wu Dalong really didn't have any other faults. Wu Yanyan continued. If we visit Yang's home again, you can't be impolite like today, greet people properly, and eat elegantly without making smacking sounds. Oh, got it. Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong nodded. When Wu Yanyan and her brothers got home, Grandma Wu had already calmed down, with the kitchen knife previously brandished now nowhere in sight. Although the quarrel had subsided, there was still an indescribable oppressiveness in the yard. It was odd. Mom. Wu Yanyan took the bought soy sauce and salt to find Yan Erju. Hearing Wu Yanyan, Yan Erju quickly wiped her eyes and pretended as if nothing had happened. Mom's in the kitchen. Xiaoan, did you buy everything? I bought it. Wu Yanyan placed the salt and soy sauce on the stove, carrying 2 bags of clothes over to Yan Erju. Mom, look, these are clothes from Yang's mom, and they're all new. Oh, they look nice. Yang's mom, just like Yang, is a kind person. Wu Yanyan noticed something was off with Yan Erju and asked, Mom, why are your eyes red? I'm fine. Yan Erju casually wiped her eye. Just some sand got in because of the wind. Did you thank them properly for giving you so many clothes? I did, don't worry, Wu Yanyan continued. Mom, are you sure you're okay? Somehow, Wu Yanyan felt uneasy. Yan Erju smiled. Look at you worrying, I'm really fine. You should go try on those clothes to see if they fit. Mom, if something is wrong, you have to tell me. I know. Yan Erju pushed Wu Yanyan towards the door. Go on and change your clothes. All right. Girls always loved looking beautiful, so Wu Yanyan went inside to try on the clothes. During dinner that evening, Grandma Wu didn't show up. Wu Yanyan asked curiously, why isn't Grandma coming out to eat? Yan Erju didn't respond. Wu Jinshu said, she's sick. I'll bring some food over to her, Wu Yanyan said. Chapter 838. I want to divorce you. _4. Yan Erju scooped up half a bowl of rice and grabbed a couple of chopsticks full of greens. Let Dalong go. Wu Yanyan said. Mom, why aren't you taking some meat? The meat was bought by Wu Jinshu. Today was the first day of rest for the couple after starting their jobs, and they had wanted to celebrate properly with the family. So he specifically bought 2 jin of meat, only to end up like this in the end. Yan Erju said expressionlessly, your grandma is sick and has no appetite for meat, Dalong. Go deliver it quickly. Wu Dalong, carrying the bowl, ran swiftly to Grandma Wu's room. Grandma Wu was lying in bed, and upon seeing Wu Dalong coming, she said contentedly, it's good to have my oldest grandson, not like those other people, who have forgotten about Grandma. Grandma is doing all this for their own good. Wu Dalong didn't understand what Grandma Wu was talking about. After setting down the bowl, he ran off quickly. He was still waiting to go back to his room to eat meat. Grandma Wu grabbed hold of Wu Dalong's sleeve. Dalong, don't rush off just yet. Accompany Grandma and talk for a while. Wu Dalong broke free from Grandma Wu's grasp and ran outside in a hurry. Grandma, I'll come back after I finish the meat. In a moment, that greedy Erlong will have eaten all the meat. They were eating meat? They were eating meat, and they only brought her a little bit of greens and half a small bowl of rice. It was such a bullying. Grandma Wu, with a clang, smashed the bowl onto the floor, shattering it. On the other side, Wu Yanyan heard the commotion and immediately said, I'll go check on Grandma. No need to go. Erju pressed Wu Yanyan's hand. Eat your meal. Wu Jinshu didn't speak, just silently ate his food. Wu Yanyan asked somewhat anxiously, Mom, what's really going on? Erju said with a smile, nothing much. Your grandma is probably just in a bad mood. If you go now, aren't you asking to be scolded? Eat quickly. Oh, Wu Yanyan was somewhat skeptical. The family continued to eat. The next day, Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju went to work as usual. As soon as they left the house, the couple's faces were filled with worry. 3,000 yuan. A whole 3,000 yuan. Where were they going to find these 3,000 yuan? In the evening after work, the couple went to the hospital, ready to sell blood, but the formal hospital said they were malnourished and advised against drawing blood, so they went to a private hospital instead. A normal healthy person could only sell 400 cc of blood, but each of the couple sold 800 cc. After the 800 cc of blood was drawn, both of them were dizzy, with wobbly legs. Yet 1600 cc of blood only got them 100 yuan. Compared to the needed 3,000 yuan, 100 yuan was merely a drop in the bucket. What should we do? Yan Erju cried while holding Wu Jinshu. Wu Jinshu comforted her. Don't cry, there'll be a way. I don't believe that my mom really bought my sister a bicycle and a sewing machine. I'll beg my mom when I get back, let her take out that 3,000 yuan. As a son, he didn't believe Grandma Wu would be so callous as to not leave them any hope for survival. Okay. After getting home, Wu Jinshu went to Grandma Wu's room. Grandma Wu was still lying on the bed with her back to the door, the same as yesterday, without changing her position. The shattered bowl on the floor had not yet been cleared away. Wu Jinshu knelt down towards Grandma Wu. Mom, please give our family a peaceful life again. You mean to say I'm not peaceful? Grandma Wu shot up from the bed. I'm your mother. The mother who raised you with her own 2 hands. Now you treat your own mother like this for a foundling girl. An unfilial son like you will one day be struck by lightning. Wu Jinshu cried out. Mom, Yinyan is the daughter of Erju and me. She may not be our own flesh and blood, but in our hearts, she is more precious than our own. She still needs to attend school. She has to become a college student. She absolutely can't become someone else's stepmother. Mom, please take out that 3,000 yuan. When the people from the Wu family come tomorrow, I'll return the money to them. The money's gone, said Grandma Wu. I spent over 1,000 yuan buying your sister a bicycle and a sewing machine, and I lost the rest. So this marriage had to take place. Wu Jinshu looked at Grandma Wu in disbelief. Mom, did you really buy Jinjin a bicycle and a sewing machine? Yes. To crush Wu Jinshu's hopes, Grandma Wu took out 2 receipts from her pocket. Here are the receipts for the bicycle and the sewing machine. Although Wu Jinshu couldn't read, he recognized receipts. Wu Jinshu trembled all over. Mom, how could you do this? How can you take the money from selling Yin and spend it on things for Jinjin? Chapter 839. I want to divorce you. _5. This is the betrothal money. How did it become money for selling oneself? The conditions of the Wu Chang family are so good, it's her blessing that she can marry into that family. As the saying goes, marrying well is all about having clothes to wear and food to eat. If a girl can marry a bit better, she can enjoy her later life. I'm not harming her. You two make it sound like I'm some kind of a great villain. Alright. I'll be the villain then. At this point, Wu Grandma continued. What's wrong with buying your sister a bicycle and a sewing machine? That's what you owe your sister. When your sister got married, I secretly gave all her dowry money to you too. She didn't even get a proper wedding dowry. Wu Jinshu immediately broke into tears, hugging his head and sitting on the ground. Mom, you're really making it impossible for us to live. To tell you the truth, Erju and I sold our blood today. No matter what, I won't let Yinyan marry someone else as a stepmother. Upon hearing this, Wu Grandma was shocked. What? You really went to sell blood? No wonder she thought Wu Jinshu seemed a bit off, so he had gone to sell his blood. It seems that wild girl really can't be kept. She's a curse. Her presence disturbs the peace of the old Wu family. Wu Jinshu nodded. We really did, so Mom, I'll accept you buying Jinjin a bicycle and a sewing machine. Can you give me the rest of that money? Together we can come up with enough to call off this arranged marriage. It's too late to argue over the bicycle and the sewing machine now. Wu Grandma sighed. You go out first, I'll think it over. Seeing Wu Grandma finally softening, Wu Jinshu breathed a sigh of relief and immediately stood up from the ground. Mom, you think about it. I won't disturb you anymore. You go out. Wu Grandma waved her hand. When Wu Jinshu came out from Wu Grandma's room, Yin Erju asked anxiously, How did it go? What did your mom say? Wu Jinshu said, My mom isn't an utterly ruthless person. She agreed to think about it. After all, Yin Yun is her granddaughter. Hearing this, Yin Erju also sighed with relief. At dinner, Wu Grandma still didn't join the table. Wu Yinyun noticed Wu Jinshu and Yin Erju's complexions looking bad and asked, Dad, Mom, are you okay? Your faces look so pale. Wu Jinshu said, It's nothing, probably just too tired from work during the day. Yin Yin, later on take your brothers to bathe, and your mom and I are going to bed. Okay, Wu Yinyun nodded, still a bit worried. Dad, Mom, are you really alright? Should we call Dr. Li to come take a look? Dr. Li was the barefoot doctor in their area. No need, we just need some rest. At night, after seeing that her brothers had all gone to bed, Wu Yinyun prepared to wash the dishes. Just then Wu Grandma, who hadn't shown her face all day, suddenly stepped out. Yinyun, come here with me. Wu Yinyun was stunned. Oh, okay. In Wu Grandma's room. Have your parents gone to bed? Uh-huh. Wu Yinyun nodded. Wu Grandma continued. Do you know why your parents look so pale? Wu Yinyun shook her head. It's all because of you that they've become like this, Wu Grandma continued. Yinyun, if you really are a filial and good daughter, then please consider your parents and your 3 younger brothers. You can't be too selfish. Wu Yinyun was completely stunned. Grandma, what are you talking about? Wu Grandma sat on a stool. It's come to this, so I might as well tell you the truth. You are not your parents' biological child. Your mother picked you up in the mountains when she was gathering firewood. Wu Yinyun couldn't hear the rest of her words. Everything was a blur in her ears. In her mind, there were only 5 words. She was picked up. She was a foundling. No wonder she didn't look like either Wu Jinshu or Yin Erju. No wonder Wu grandma often said it was her who dragged down the whole family. So it was like this. It was like this. Tears welled up in Wu Yanyun's eyes and suddenly gushed out, flooding her face in an instant. Wu grandma looked at Wu Yinyun with disdain and continued. I've spoken to a household about you. It's Wu Lan's brother Wu Chang. Wu Chang is in very good condition, and once you marry into their family, you just need to enjoy life. Once you marry him, not only will you become a wealthy lady, but our entire family will bask in your glory. Wu Chang's mother has already given me a betrothal gift of 3,000 yuan, and she promised that after you get married, our family can move to that small Western-style house with a courtyard in front, and even change our household registration to Beijing. Now, isn't that a huge stroke of good luck? Chapter 840. I want to divorce you. _6. But your parents are stubborn. They absolutely refused to agree to this marriage arrangement. Today, they even went to sell their blood in order to gather 3,000 yuan to repay the Wu family. No wonder Wu Jinshu and Yen Erju looked so pale. They had gone to sell their blood. Wu Yinyun couldn't describe the taste in her heart. But she didn't want to marry Wu Chang. Wu Chang was old enough to be her father, and he even had 2 children. She wanted to go to school. She wanted to go to college. Wu Yinyun thumped to her knees. Grandma, please, don't make me marry Wu Chang, okay? I don't want to marry Wu Chang. I want to study, and once I get into college, I'll lead our family to a better life. Grandma Wu looked at Wu Yinyun coldly, her words piercing. Don't you understand what I said? I'm not your grandma. You're just a child we picked up. Your parents have raised you until now. They've done their duty. Not only do you not think about repaying their kindness, you even want us to pay for your education. How can you be so shameless? She wasn't their own. She was picked up. She had no right to ask for these things. Wu Yinyun instantly ran out of words, with tears streaming down her face. Grandma Wu continued. Look at how poor our family is. Do you think we have money for you to go to school? To let you go to school, Dalong and Erlong have never even set foot in a school. Your parents even went to sell their blood to raise money. Can't you see all this? They don't share a single drop of blood relation with you. Yet they've done so much. Don't you feel moved at all? Don't you want to repay their kindness? Repay their kindness? Her parents had raised her for so long. She certainly should repay them. Grandma Wu sighed. That small Western-style house with a yard up ahead. Your parents couldn't afford it even if they worked for 20 years, but you just need to nod, and that house could be ours. It's just marriage, isn't it? Which girl doesn't get married? Besides, you owe the Wu family. If it weren't for me, you would have died long ago. The grass over your grave would be 2 meters tall. If you're a sensible good child, you'll go talk to your parents yourself. Tell them you're willing to marry Wu Chang. That no one is forcing you. Don't make it difficult for your parents. They're already not in good health, and they actually went to sell their blood today. What if something happens to them? Can you live with your conscience? At this moment, Wu Yinyun had no way to refuse Grandma Wu. Grandma Wu was right. She had been a burden on the whole family. She should repay their kindness. I understand, Grandma. Grandma Wu glanced at Wu Yinyun. Now that you understand, be happy about it. Look at you looking like you want to die, as if someone is forcing you. Wu Yinyun wiped her tears, trying hard to squeeze out a semblance of a smile. Grandma Wu continued. Wu Chang and his mother will come over for a meal tomorrow. Remember to make a good impression. MHM. And, Grandma Wu seemed to remember something. I heard from Dalong that some rich lady gave you 2 bags of new clothes, right? MHM. Grandma Wu said. Since you're going to marry Wu Chang anyway, and the Wu family is so rich, what kind of clothes can't you wear? Just leave those clothes for Lianhua. Lianhua was Wu Jinjin's eldest daughter, the same age as Wu Yinyun this year. Okay, Wu Yinyun nodded. Alright, you can go back. Tell your parents about this first thing tomorrow morning. Grandma Wu instructed. Remember, no one is forcing you. It's your own decision to marry Wu Chang. And don't let your parents know that you already know you were picked up. If they find out, they'll think I've been saying things behind their backs. MHM. Wu Yinyan nodded tearfully. The next morning, Wu Yinyan got up early to prepare breakfast. After eating, she said, Dad, Mom, the Wu family is coming over today. You want leave, will you? Yan Erju's eyes reddened. Xiaoyan, do you already know? I know, Wu Yinyan nodded. Yan Erju hugged Wu Yinyan tight. Xiaoyan, don't worry, we definitely won't let you marry that Wu Chang. Your parents will find a way to gather the 3,000 yuan. If we must, we'll take out a high-interest loan. The couple had not wanted to tell Wu Yinyan about this matter, out of fear it would burden her psychologically, but Wu Yinyan had found out anyway. Wu Yinyan smiled and said, Mom, I want to marry Wu Chang. What did you say? Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju exclaimed in unison, almost thinking they had misheard. Chapter 841. I want to divorce you. _7 Wu Yinyan continued. Mom and Dad, it was my own decision to marry Wu Chang. I went to the matchmaking session by myself. Even though Wu Chang is a bit older, his family is well off. Marrying him wouldn't be a loss. Yan Erju responded. Xiaoyan, did your grandma force you? Don't worry, with Mom and Dad here, no one can bully you. Wu Jinshu hastily nodded. Yinyan, your parents are here. You don't need to be afraid. Whatever the difficulty, our whole family will face it together. Pretending to be relaxed, Wu Yinyan said. It's truly voluntary, and it has nothing to do with Grandma. Wu Chang is such a catch. Many people want to marry him, but can't even reach him. Xiaoyan. Yan Erju was in tears now. Xiaoyan, don't you still need to go to school? You can't marry Wu Chang. He already has 2 children. I want to support you through university. I don't want you to be someone else's stepmother. Mom, don't cry, Wu Yinyan said with a smile. Being a scholar is useless. What's the use of studying so much? It would be better to marry earlier. Meeting someone like Wu Chang isn't easy. I've made up my mind. I want to marry him. Whatever you two say, I'll still marry him. You both better get ready. Wu Chang's family will be here soon. I'm going to wash the dishes. With that, Wu Yinyan hurried with the dishes to the kitchen. Without another word, Yan Erju went straight to Wu Grandma's room. Beyond caring, she burst out scolding. You old hag. Was it you? Did you say something to Xiaoyan? You heartless old hag. You will go to hell. Wu Grandma, holding her cane, came out of the room. Her mouth is her own. What can I possibly say for her? Yan Erju, today is a great day for the Wu family. I can let this slide. Yan Erju, furious. Wu Yinyan, hearing the commotion, immediately ran out from the kitchen, threw her arms around Yan Erju. Mom, don't be rash. I really am doing this voluntarily. It has nothing to do with Grandma. I want to marry Wu Chang. If you don't agree, I'll go to Wu Chang's house myself. Wu Grandma scoffed. Heard what your daughter said? Just like a shrew. Our family, bringing you in, has been unfortunate for generations. Around 10 in the morning, Wu Chang, his mother, and Wu Lan arrived punctually, accompanied by Wu Jinjin. Wu Jinjin with a smile. Yin, come out, important people have arrived at our house. Seeing the dilapidated Wu family home, Wu mother covered her nose contemptuously. This place is really a mess. No wonder they are selling their daughter. Wu Yinyan immediately came out from inside, smiling. Come in and have a seat. Upon seeing Wu Yinyan, Wu Chang's eyes stuck on her, as if glued. Wu Jinjin looked at Wu Yinyan. Where are your parents? Just then Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju came out of the house. You must be Wu Chang's mother, right? We don't sell our daughter. Xiaoyan definitely won't marry into your family. Please leave. We'll find a way to return that 3,000 yuan dowry. Wu mother was taken aback, then said, You want to call off the marriage? Then bring 6,000 yuan. 6,000? Wu Jinshu's face turned pale, shocked. Wasn't it 3,000? Wu mother pulled out a contract from her pocket. It's written clearly here, black on white. Backing out costs double the penalty. Either compensate us or marry off your daughter. Seems like today's meal won't happen. But let me leave these words here. Tomorrow is a good day. Either marry off your daughter or pay 6,000 yuan. Wu mother was a shrewd person. She doesn't engage in losing deals. After speaking, Wu mother left with Wu Chang. Wu Jinjin hurriedly followed, offering appeasement. Mother-in-law, please don't go. We're supposed to be uniting families, not causing disputes. My brother didn't mean anything by it, please don't be angry. Wu Jinjin knew Wu Jinshu wouldn't have the 6,000 yuan to give to Wu mother, so she desperately tried to smooth things over. Being on good terms with the wealthy Wu family could only benefit her. In fact, Wu Jinshu indeed didn't have 6,000 yuan to give to Wu mother. Even 3,000 yuan was a struggle, let alone 6,000. Yan Erju sat on the ground, looking up at Wu Jinshu. Jinshu, maybe we should just take the kids and run. Okay. Wu Jinshu thought it was a solution. I'll go pack our things right now. Let's leave tonight. Upon hearing that the couple wanted to flee, Grandma Wu was frantic. If they ran off, what would happen to the small Western-style house? She hadn't moved into the small Western-style house yet. Wu Yanyan said, Mom and Dad, I'm willing to marry Wu Chang. Given our family's current situation, where can we run? Leaving here, you and Dad won't even be able to find decent jobs. We would starve. Moreover, under these circumstances, the local authorities certainly won't issue us a proof of residence letter. And without it, where can we run? It was an era of restricted travel, where everyone needed introduction letters for long journeys, otherwise, they would be deemed undocumented migrants. Upon hearing this, Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju looked completely disheartened. Grandma Wu was overjoyed. Yan Erju hugged Wu Yanyan tightly. Xiaoyan, my daughter, my poor daughter. Wu Yanyan, holding Yan Erju, said, Mom, I'm doing this voluntarily. After marrying Wu Chang, I won't have to do anything, just be a rich wife. I'm not pitiful at all. Wu Jinshu was also wiping away tears from behind. In the blink of an eye, it was the next day. They were about to move to the small Western-style house, and Grandma Wu was very happy. She had cut many she characters overnight and posted them in every corner of the Wu family house. Wu Erlong asked curiously, Grandma, is big sister getting married? Yes. Grandma Wu nodded happily. Wu Erlong didn't say anything and turned to run to the room. Big sister, are you getting married? Wu Yanyan nodded. Big sister, I don't want you to get married. I don't want you to get married. Wu Erlong hugged Wu Yanyan tightly. Wu Yanyan smiled and said, Silly boy, girls have to get married when they reach the right age. Wu Erlong then ran to find Yan Erju. Mom, I don't want big sister to get married. Big sister doesn't want to get married. I heard her crying last night. Mom, please don't marry her off, okay? Yan Erju's eyes, already swollen, instantly reddened, and she wept uncontrollably. Wu Dalong ran over and pulled Wu Erlong away. Erlong, come with me. Wu Erlong cried. Big sister is getting married, and you still feel like playing. Are you even big sister's brother? The usually naive Wu Dalong seemed to have grown up overnight. I know why big sister has to get married. It's because Grandma took the money from the landlord's sister's brother, those people who came yesterday. Erlong, let's go find Sister Yang Yang, okay? Didn't Sister Yang Yang tell us last time to come to her if we have any troubles? Sister Yang Yang will definitely have a way to stop big sister from getting married. Wu Erlong nodded. Okay, let's go find Sister Yang Yang. But I don't remember the way to Sister Yang Yang's house. Wu Dalong said. No worries, I have a good memory, I know the way. Chapter 842. Yang Yang giving life lessons online. Hearing that Wu Dalong knew the way to Ni Yang's house, Wu Erlong was overjoyed. He quickly grabbed Wu Dalong's hand as if he had grasped the last straw for salvation. Let's go, then we must find Sister Yang Yang quickly. Hand in hand, the brothers ran swiftly towards the Zheng family's direction. The atmosphere in the Wu family's courtyard was very oppressive, and ironically, the door was covered with many happiness characters. Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju sat in the living room, wiping away their tears. They were just simple peasants. Faced with this kind of situation, they had no idea what to do. Grandma Wu came in from outside. Stop crying. It's a bad omen to wipe tears on a joyous day. Yin Yin isn't just your daughter. She's my granddaughter too. Would I, as her grandmother, harm her? Harm her? Yan Erju said angrily. Isn't selling her off to be someone else's stepmother harming her? Is there any grandmother as cruel as you in the world? Wu Jinshu let out a deep sigh. His mother indeed hadn't had an easy life. She became a widow at 28, and the year his father died, he was 10 and Wu Jinjin was only 6. During the year of the Great Famine, he didn't know how his mother had survived. By rights, he should have been able to understand his mother, but he just couldn't. She was someone who had gone through so many hardships. Now that life had barely become a bit easier, why couldn't she just live peacefully? Mother, do you really have to turn our home upside down and destroy our family before you can be happy? Wu Jinshu looked at Grandma Wu with eyes filled with disappointment. Old Mother was dialect from their hometown, and since coming to Beijing, he seldom referred to Grandma Wu that way. Grandma Wu gave Wu Jinshu a withering look. Today is a big happy day for Yin Yin. I don't want to argue with you, and I don't want to quarrel, lest we become the laughing stock of others. You may hate me today, but perhaps after moving into the small Western-style house tomorrow, you will be grateful to me. Don't think I don't know, in fact you are just putting on an act. Deep down, you're hoping to marry Yin Yin off to Wu Chang. Who wouldn't want to live in such a fine house? Don't pretend to be virtuous after getting the benefits. After all, Yin Yin wasn't the biological child of Yan Erju and Wu Jinshu. Grandma Wu didn't believe they would be so heartbroken over a wild girl whose background was unknown. In an era where even a full meal was difficult to come by, a girl being able to exchange for so many good things would have many parents eager to send their daughters there without getting the chance. Hearing this, Yan Erju grabbed a teacup used for drinking water and threw it. Shut up! Shut up! Crash! The teacup shattered as it hit the ground. You dare to think like that, yet you're afraid of others saying it? Grandma Wu said. Erju. Wu Jinshu embraced Yan Erju tightly. Calm down, let's think of a solution together. I definitely won't let Yin Yin marry over. Definitely not. The couple wept together with their heads in their arms. Grandma Wu glanced at the couple, and then walked towards Yan Yin's room. Yin Yin was really sitting by the bed, crying with her head down. Hearing footsteps, she quickly wiped her tears and looked towards the door. Grandma. Grandma Wu hummed an acknowledgement and walked in, expressing her discontent. You agreed to marry Wu Chang willingly, and now you're wiping tears and putting on an act. Who are you performing for? Are you trying to sow discord? Do you want your parents to hate this old woman to death? It's not. I didn't. Yin Yin hurriedly explained. She didn't blame anyone. She just wanted to cry, really wanted to cry, and couldn't hold back her tears at all. She still had a university dream, after all. Grandma Wu walked over to Yin Yin and handed her 2 red hair ropes. When I got married, I didn't even have red hair ropes. These are specially bought for you by your aunt. Thank you, Auntie. Yin Yin reached out to take the red hair ropes. Grandma Wu looked around the room and then asked, Where are your new clothes? What? Yin Yin was taken aback and didn't catch on. Stop playing dumb. Grandma Wu looked at Yin Yin, raising her voice. The new clothes that rich lady gave you. I heard there were 2 big bags of them. Didn't you say you were going to give them to Lianhua? It was because Grandma Wu said Yin Yin had 2 big bags of new clothes that Wu Jinjin had been generous for once, bringing 2 old hair ropes for Yin Yin. Yin Yin, where was she in the mood to think about those 2 bags of new clothes now? Only when Grandma Wu mentioned it did she remember those 2 bags of clothes. The clothes in the bags were all given by Enai Tsuehua. There were 2 pieces she had tried on, which looked very pretty. Wearing them, she felt like a city person. Chapter 843. Yang giving life lessons online _2. When Wu Yinyin didn't speak for a long time, Grandma Wu got angry. You ungrateful girl. Where are the clothes? Where are the clothes? Our old Wu family has really raised a white-eyed wolf. You don't have a shred of gratitude. You will go and live a good life at Wu Chang's place in the future. Do you still care about those 2 new outfits? I raised you, and that's certainly worth more than those 2 bags of clothes. Wu Yinyin was numb by now. She walked behind the bed, took out the 2 bags of new clothes, and handed them to Grandma Wu. Seeing the new clothes, Grandma Wu's face looked slightly more pleased as she continued. Is this all? MHM. Wu Yinyin nodded her head. Did you hide any? Grandma Wu somewhat disbelieved Wu Yinyin. No. Really none. Such nice clothes. She just couldn't believe Wu Yinyin didn't keep any to herself. Really none. Grandma Wu placed the clothes on the table. No, I must search. Wu Yinyan sighed, and did not stop Grandma Wu. The room was small, separated into two sections, with only a bed and a broken cabinet. Grandma Wu searched thoroughly and, finally satisfied that Wu Yinyan had hidden nothing, she took the 2 bags of clothes and left. She specifically left through the side door. If she had left through the front door, she surely would have been seen by Wu Jinshu and his wife, Yin Erju. Wu Jinjin was already waiting for Grandma Wu in her bedroom. Wu Jinjin was the instigator of this situation, and did not dare show her face in front of Wu Jinshu and Yin Erju. What if they decided to act ruthlessly? Mom! When she saw Grandma Wu enter, Wu Jinjin immediately stood up. Are these the new clothes you were talking about? MHM. Grandma Wu nodded her head and handed the bag to Wu Jinjin. Wu Jinjin was like a hungry wolf spotting a lamb, her eyes sparkling as she took the bag and dumped out all the clothes, exclaiming continuously, "Oh my! Oh my! These clothes are all imported. I saw this one in the department store, it was over 100 yuan. These clothes were all new, the tags still hadn't been removed. I think I can wear this dress." Wu Jinjin picked up a lace-edged dress and held it up against herself. Then I'm keeping this one. Wu Jinjin was not tall. On Wu Yinyun, it was a short skirt, but on her, it became a long dress, which looked very uncoordinated. But she had never seen anything so fine and felt that wearing this dress would turn her into a glamour girl from a big poster. Grandma Wu continued, "You're so happy now, but your brother and your sister-in-law are furious with me. Especially your brother, he is really unfilial. I've worked so hard to raise him, and he even calls me a crazy old woman, saying I'm sick." What? Wu Jinjin immediately put down the clothes in her hand. My brother dares to say that about you. That's right, Grandma Wu continued. And your Yin Erju is just another outsider. She even dared to come at me with a kitchen knife wanting to kill me. Tell me, what bad karma have I created? Grandma Wu had been holding back her anger for days, and now with Wu Jinjin there, she surely wanted to vent. Hearing this, Wu Jinjin was furious. Mom, my brother is really too much. You've worked so hard to raise him, and this is how he treats you. Even a dog knows to wag its tail in gratitude. Besides, you're only doing it for him and his wife. I tell you, you've raised a son for someone else. Don't expect him to take care of you in future. If you grow old and can't walk, he probably won't even glance at you. Grandma Wu's brows quivered as Wu Jinjin spoke. She was already over 60, and it wasn't long before she wouldn't be able to walk. She was afraid Wu Jinshu would neglect her in the future. Given the recent events, it was very likely that Wu Jinshu would indeed neglect her. Wu Jinjin continued, Mom, don't worry, you still have a good daughter. If my brother won't take care of you, I will in the future. Isn't there still 1900 yuan by your side? I think you should give me that money, just in case my brother and his wife trick you out of it. And that little Western-style house, I don't think you should give it to my brother anymore. Give it to me instead. Our house is too small, and you can rest assured, I'll give you the best room to live in. I'll take good care of you. You see, I even scrape off a bit of meat from my own mouth to give to you. What has my brother given you? Not only does he give you nothing, but this time he's also made such a huge fight with you. Grandma Wu was very tempted by what Wu Jinjin said. Chapter 844. Yangyang giving life lessons online _3. Her son had failed her expectations, but she could still rely on her daughter. Right, you're right. I can't count on that ungrateful son of mine anymore. That small Western-style house in front will be yours, but I'm keeping the money for myself. Grandma Wu was no fool. She wouldn't hand over the money just like that. That was her retirement fund. So Mom, you agree? Wu Jinjin was overjoyed. It was a 2-story Western-style house, and Wu Jinjin almost thought she was hallucinating. After all, in Grandma Wu's eyes, boys were always the most important. Grandma Wu nodded. Take it, and let your brother regret his actions. Every time I think about what he's done these past few days, it makes me uncomfortable. I've struggled so hard to raise him, and in the end, I've raised an enemy. Just then, some significant noise came from the doorway. Wu Jinjin said, It's Wu Chang and the others. Grandma Wu immediately stood up. Then let's hurry out to meet them. Right. On the other side, Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong were panting heavily as they ran to the Zheng family's home. Normally, Anai Yin wouldn't be home at this time, but coincidentally, she was just about to leave the house when she saw the two brothers. Dalong Xiaolong, what brings you here? Where's your elder sister? Wu Dalong burst into tears. Sister Yang, only you can save my elder sister now. Anai Yin was shocked. What's going on? Don't rush, take your time to explain. Wu Dalong cried so hard he could barely catch his breath. He didn't intend to cry, but he couldn't help it when he saw Anai Yang. Seeing Wu Dalong like this, Wu Erlong said, Sister Yang, please go save my elder sister. She's about to get married. Get married? How could she suddenly be getting married? Anai Yang frowned slightly. She had seen Wu Yanyan just 2 days ago and had heard nothing about this. Let's go to your house now, and you can tell me on the way. Anai Yang took Wu Dalong by one hand and Wu Erlong by the other, and headed for the door. After a few steps, Anai Yang realized walking was too slow, so she went back with the two children. Let's take a car. They called the driver, and all rushed to the Wu family's home. It was Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong's first time in a sedan. Under normal circumstances, they would have been curious, but today they didn't have time for that. In the car, Anai Yang roughly understood the situation. Wu Yanyan's parents were good, but her grandmother might not be. The Zheng family and Wu family were 3 kilometers apart. A 15-minute drive but much longer by foot. Dalong Erlong, how did you get here? Anai Yang asked. Wu Erlong cried. Sister Yang, we ran here. Can we please hurry up? I'm afraid I won't see my elder sister again when I get back. Only then did Anai Yang notice that the brothers were sweating profusely, and Wu Dalong had even scraped a big gash in his knee. These kids really weren't having an easy time. Anai Yang hurriedly urged the driver. Uncle Lu, please go faster. The driver reluctantly said, Miss, there are too many people on the road today. It's usually not this crowded, no idea what's happening today. Anai Yang continued. Uncle Lu, let me do it. The driver thought he had misheard. Miss, what did you say? I'll drive. Anai Yang had quite enjoyed driving in her previous life, so she was skilled at it. The driver never expected Anai Yang could drive, let alone that she could drive so well. A woman driving was truly a rare sight back in the day. Wu Jinjin and Grandma Wu walked outside, and indeed, Wu Chang had come for the wedding procession. It wasn't just Wu Chang. His mother, Wu Lan, and other relatives from the Wu family were there, but the young men smoking at the front clearly meant trouble. These were local ruffians Wu Lan had roped in to intimidate Wu Yanyan and Erju. The relatives are here, Grandma Wu said with a sycophantic smile. Wu Lan somewhat looked down on this old lady. If Jinshu and Erju had willingly married into their family, that would be one thing, but clearly the two were opposed. She prided herself on her dignity and disliked making others uncomfortable, but Wu Chang was too fond of Wu Yanyan. For her son's sake, she felt she had no choice. Where's Yanyan? Wu Lan asked. Grandma Wu replied, she's inside. Jinjin, go bring Yanyan out. Okay. Wu Jinjin immediately headed inside. Just then Erju and Jinshu walked out from inside, blocking Wu Jinjin's way. Chapter 845. Yang giving life lessons online _4. Wu Jinjin said with a smile, Brother and sister-in-law, on this joyful day, what do you want to do? Let me take Yanyan out. Wu Jinshu looked at his somewhat unfamiliar sister. This is the Wu family. It's not the turn of a married girl to be the head of the family. Our Yanyan still needs to study, go to college. She cannot get married. Wu Jinjin speechlessly said, Brother, what are you talking about? Are you still confused at this time? Mother Wu looked at Wu Chang. Qiangzi, go and greet your father-in-law and mother-in-law quickly. Oh sure. Wu Chang was dressed festively today, with a red flower pinned to his chest, smoothly pulling out 2 large red envelopes from his pocket. Mom and Dad, hey, race a little something from your son-in-law. Please accept it with a smile. Yan Erju and Wu Jinshu of course wouldn't take it. Wu Chang's hand just stiffened in midair. Wu Jinjin, seeing this, reached out and took the red envelopes. Qiangzi, since my brother and sister-in-law are too shy to accept, let me take it on their behalf. Wu Jinshu looked at Wu Chang. Comrade Wu Chang, our Yanyan is only 17 this year, she is still young. She can't marry you. Please understand the hearts of us as parents. Upon hearing this, Wu Chang's face instantly turned ugly. He had come today to claim his bride, not to listen to Wu Jinshu say all this. Just then Mother Wu stood up. Then please understand the heart of me as a mother. The bride price was taken, the agreement signed, the house demanded, and now you're calling it off. Where in the world does this make any sense? I'm telling you, my son isn't lacking potential wives, he's quite eligible. Countless young girls dream of marrying him. It was your family's old lady who personally took Yin to meet suitors. From beginning to end, we haven't troubled you once, and now you act like this. Who are you showing off for? Wu Jinjin pocketed the red envelopes. In-laws, please don't be angry, my brother and sister-in-law didn't mean it like that. Wu Jinshu strode over and slapped Wu Jinjin across the face. You shut up. Wu Jinjin was stunned by the slap. Wu Jinshu continued. Comrade, we are both parents. I understand you and I hope you can understand me too. We as parents were unaware of this situation from the beginning. Had we known, we would have never allowed Yinyan to marry. Yinyan is only 17 this year. She still needs to continue her studies. Mother Wu nodded. All right, I'm not unreasonable. Since you want to call off the marriage, just bring out 6,000 yuan. At these words, Wu Jinshu sighed. I don't have 6,000 yuan right now, comrade. Can you be flexible? I can write you an IOU. Rest assured, we will definitely repay this money. Grandma Wu heard this and felt trouble brewing. No, she could not let Wu Jinshu write an IOU to Mother Wu. She still wanted to live in that small Western-style house. Grandma Wu quickly intervened. An IOU? 6,000 yuan is not 6 yuan. Our family can hardly scrape together 600 yuan, let alone 6,000 yuan. Mother-in-law, please don't accept his IOU, he can't pay it back. Wu Jinshu clenched his teeth and said. Then I'll go sell my blood. Sell organs. Rest assured, my wife and I will definitely repay this 6,000 yuan. Just then Wu Yinyan burst out of the house. Mom and Dad, I don't want you to sell blood or organs. I'll marry. I'm willing to marry Wu Chang. 17 years ago, if not for her parents, she would have already died. Repaying them now was the least she could do. What was marrying after all? Wu Chang's family was in such good condition, she should be content. Mother Wu said with a smile. See, isn't everyone happy now? Grandma Wu also relaxed. Xiaomun. Yan Erju held Wu Yanyan's hand. No, I won't let you marry. Mom, I'm fine. Fearing that Yan Erju would worry, Wu Yanyan kept a smile on her face. I am willing to marry Wu Chang, I really am. Mother Wu came over, broke up the two hands, and pushed Wu Yanyan to Wu Chang's side. Big sister, if you ask me, you should respect the child's wishes. Rest assured, Yanyan won't be mistreated marrying into our family. Just look at the life your family leads. Is that really fit for people? She can only have good fortune with us. Seeing how cooperative Wu Yanyan was, Mother Wu was significantly relieved. Selling organs sounds easy. But could you two really go sell organs? Not to be blunt, but what if you both died on the operating table? How could Yanyan be at peace afterwards? Moreover, you two still have 3 children. Who will provide for those 3 children in the future? Chapter 846. Yang giving life lessons online _5. Wu's mother patted Yan Erju's back. Big sister, you can rest assured, Yanyan won't suffer with us. No, I can't sell my daughter. I can't sell my daughter no matter what. Yan Erju cried inconsolably. Wu's mother laughed. This is marrying off a daughter, not selling one. I can't marry her off. I can't marry her off. Yan Erju shouted. Jinshu. Jinshu. Bring Xiaoyan back. Hurry. Only then did Wu Jinshu react, wiping away her tears and going to pull Wu Yanyan. Wu Chang immediately blocked in front of Wu Yanyan. Wu's mother made a gesture with her eyes to several men from the community. They immediately took control of Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju. Wu's mother turned to Wu Chang. What are you dawdling for? Get your bride back home now. Oh, okay. The crackling sounds of firecrackers rose, drowning out the cries of Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju. Wu's mother was a person of status, and for today's wedding procession, she had specially rented a Santana, with a dozen bicycles following behind. With one hand, Wu Chang led Wu Yanyan, and with the other, he opened the car door. Wu Yanyan looked back at her parents, then with a heavy heart, got into the car. Seeing that Wu Yanyan was in the car, they only then released Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju. Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju immediately rushed out, sprinting behind the car. Yanyan, Xiaolan. Wu Yanyan looked back at them from inside the car, and before she knew it, she was also in tears. The car was fast, but Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju did not give up, falling and getting up again. A sight so heart-wrenching to watch. Stop the car now. Wu Yanyan knocked on the rear window. Don't worry, Yanyan, I will treat you well in the future. Wu Chang patted Wu Yanyan's hand. Wu Yanyan could not care less about anything else and cried. I'm begging you, can you just stop the car? Wu Chang looked up at Wu's mother. Wu's mother flatly refused. No. The bride cannot go back the way she came. It's bad luck. Wu Chang said. Mom says no, so let's just forget it. That's when screech. A sound of urgent braking ripped through the air. Everyone in the car lurched forward from the sudden momentum, their bodies crashing heavily towards the front. What's happening? Wu's mother looked at the driver. The driver himself was quite frightened. There's someone blocking the road. Perhaps they're after wedding candies? Many people, in order to get a lucky share, would intercept wedding cars, asking for wedding candies, peanuts and such. Wu's mother said. You all stay put. I'll go and take a look. Wu's mother opened the car door, and stepped out to see an imported car blocking their way. They didn't seem like they were here for wedding candies. Just then, the car door opened, and a slender figure emerged from inside. Backlit, her face was somewhat difficult to make out. Wu's mother squinted her eyes, her temples throbbing furiously. Why did she feel? This person seemed to bear ill will? Wu's mother felt a panicky retreat, stepping many paces backward. The figure approached closer, and the face previously hidden in sunlight gradually became visible. It was a very beautiful and bold set of features, as clear and pure as snow. Are you Wu Chang's mother? An Yang stopped in front of Wu's mother. Wu's mother swallowed hard. Yes, I am. This young lady couldn't be more than 17 or 18 years old, but Wu's mother felt the nerves one has when a subordinate meets a superior leader in front of her. That kind of awe was emanating from deep within, impossible to suppress. Where is Yanyan? An Yang continued. Inside the car, when Wu Yanyan saw an Yang, somehow her heart, which had been suspended, suddenly relaxed at that moment. That feeling was like someone who had been blind for a long time suddenly seeing sunlight. Disregarding Wu Chang's attempt to stop her, Wu Yanyan opened the car door and stepped out. Yang. Yanyan. An Yang smiled faintly. Big sister. Wu Erlong burst out of the car, hugging Wu Yanyan. Wu Dalong, following in Yang's instructions, ran back to pick up the youngest brother. Wu's mother's frown deepened. Yanyan, why did you get out of the car? Get back in quickly. You have no right to tell Yanyan to get back in the car. An Yang spoke indifferently. Wu's mother declared confidently. Yanyan is our Wu family's daughter-in-law. How do I not have the right? Qiangzi, get out of the car, and bring your bride up. A big man like you can't even keep a hold of your own bride. Wu Chang immediately got out of the car. Wu Yanyan instinctively hid behind an Yang. Seeing that things didn't look right, Wu Lan quietly slipped away, planning to bring Wu Jinjin and Grandma over. Chapter 847. Yang giving life lessons online _6. Fortunately, the Wu family wasn't far away. Yanyan, hurry back with me. Don't make Mom angry, or I'll beat you up. Wu Chang waved his fist at Wu Yanyan. But before his hand reached Wu Yanyan, his knee was suddenly racked with intense pain. And in an instant, Wu Chang was kneeling on the ground. Wu's mother's face paled. How could you hit someone? Qiangzi, are you okay? Do you have no regard for the law? I'm telling you, I'm going to call the police. An Yang smiled faintly. You can kidnap someone in broad daylight, so why can't I hit someone? Besides, the person who swung first was your son. Legally, this is self-defense. How is it kidnapping? Wu Yanyan is our daughter-in-law who we paid 3,000 yuan to marry. The kidnapper is you. Wu's mother pulled out the agreement from her pocket. Do you see this? It's clearly written in black and white on this agreement. Just then, Wu Jinshu and Yin Erju rushed over from behind. Yin Erju said, "We didn't take her dowry money, not a single cent. We don't sell our daughter." Wu's mother's complexion turned white again, furious. "From what you're saying, you want to deny the debt? Don't think just because you have someone backing you that you can deny the debt." And Yang spoke calmly. "Don't rush to anger. I'm a reasonable person. As I know, the person who took this money isn't aunt and uncle, right? The person who took the dowry money is me." Suddenly, an elderly voice sounded from behind. Wu's grandmother and Wu Jinjin squeezed through the crowd. "Who is this little girl meddling in our family's business?" Wu Jinjin quickly laughed it off. "In-law mother, don't be angry, we don't know this little girl." Hearing that Yang was unrelated to the Wu family, Wu's mother breathed a sigh of relief. An outsider wanting to stand up for Wu Yanyan? Difficult. From what Wu Dalong and Wu Erlong said earlier, Yang guessed that they must be Wu Yanyan's aunt and grandmother. Who knew these two were such characters, selling off Yanyan, and yet acting so righteous? Yang nodded slightly. "Oh, so it's you who took the money? Then the person who put their fingerprint on it is also you?" "Of course it's me," Wu's grandmother said. "I'm Yanyan's grandmother. Traditionally, a marriage is arranged by parents. Whomever I decide she should marry, she will." Yang smiled. "So you know about parental commands and arranged marriages. Have you forgotten your role?" Wu's grandmother choked and retorted. "Who is this little girl? Our Wu family affairs are none of your business." Yang turned her gaze to Wu's grandmother. "Not long ago, I just recognized your brother and sister-in-law as my godparents. As her sister, shouldn't I intervene when Yanyan is treated this way?" Her tone was calm yet carried an indescribable force that made Wu's grandmother shiver inwardly. Wu Yanyan looked at Yang in surprise, tears suddenly appearing. This feeling of having someone to rely on. It was indescribable in words. Wu Jinshu and Yin Erju were also surprised, but beyond the surprise, they felt grateful. Blessed by heaven. Finally, someone was willing to stand up for their family. Knowing Yang was not someone to be trifled with and not wanting to escalate the situation, Wu's mother conceded. "Fine. Since you want to involve yourself in this, then compensate us 6,000 yuan. Otherwise, you're not taking her with you today." 3,000 had turned into 6,000, but when she thought about it carefully, she wasn't at a loss. Though Grandma Wu was somewhat reluctant, she didn't say much more. If Yang paid the 6,000 yuan, she'd still have 1,900 left. And from Yang's attire, it was clear she wasn't just anybody. Could Yang afford the 6,000 yuan, and still worry about the cost of a small Western-style house? By then, she would definitely be able to afford a small Western-style house. "Auntie, you don't seem old, but you certainly talk big." Yang looked at Wu's mother. "So, do you think you can still restrict Yanyan's freedom?" Wu's mother, holding the agreement, said, "Do you think you can still deny the debt?" Smiling, Yang responded, "Would you like to see whose signature is on this agreement? There's an owner for every debt. Find whoever signed it, and ask them for the money." Wu's mother retorted, "Young lady, so you want to argue, huh? Take a good look. It clearly says here that this is Yanyan's betrothal money. If you don't pay, who will?" Yang turned to Grandma Wu. "The person who fingerprinted it is her. You should tell her this." Hearing this, Grandma Wu was so frightened that she clutched her pocket tightly. She had no intention of paying. Yang was so wealthy and also Yanyan's sworn sister. She ought to cover this expense for Yanyan, and then compensate her with a small Western-style house. Wu's mother was about to explode with anger when Yang leaned forward slightly, casting a large shadow over her. A gentle voice then whispered in her ear, "Auntie, let me remind you that Yanyan is still a minor. If this goes to the police station, it might even lead to human trafficking charges against you. This written agreement is the evidence. From what I understand, the buyer usually gets a harsher sentence than the seller." The last sentence, though spoken evenly, visibly paled Wu's mother's face. She'd calculated everything except the fact that Yanyan was not yet of age. Suddenly, the agreement in black and white became a hot potato. As Yang finished her sentence and straightened up with a smile on her face, she clapped her hands. Auntie, there's evidence in this black and white text. It seems the debtors are Wu Jinjin and Wu's missus, right? Remember to ask them for the money. If they don't pay, go ahead and call the police to arrest them. Wu's mother was momentarily unable to comprehend what she'd heard. Whose side was Yang on exactly? Wasn't she here to help Yinyin? Then why was she asking her to get the money from Grandma Wu and Wu Jinjin? Weren't Grandma Wu and Wu Jinjin part of Yanyin's family? After speaking, Yang leaned in and whispered something else to Wu's mother. Wu's mother nodded. After finishing, Yang waved at Wu's mother. Goodbye, Auntie. Remember to ask them for the money. Just then Wu Dalong came over carrying Xiaolong, and Yang called out, Godfather, Godmother, Yinyin Dalong Erlong, let's get in the car. When Grandma Wu and Wu Jinjin saw everyone boarding the luxurious sedan, they panicked. Everyone was getting in, so they had to as well. One was Yanyin's grandmother, the other his aunt. It made no sense for Yanyin's family of 6 to go enjoy themselves without them. Just as the 2 women were about to follow, Wu's mother stopped them. You 2 need to pay back the money first. Crying, Grandma Wu said. I don't have any money. Let Yanyin's sworn sister pay, she's rich. Wu's mother firmly replied. I don't care. I'll go after whoever owes the money. It's your 2 fingerprints pressed on this. Chapter 848. Times create heroes. A gentleman on the beam seeing her mother demanding money. Grandma Wu immediately resorted to her specialty. She sat on the ground and started throwing a tantrum, crying and wailing. But Wu's mother wasn't someone to be trifled with. During her years as a street director, what kind of troublemaker hadn't she seen? You throwing a tantrum with me won't work. Debt repayment is a matter of principle. It was you who took the money. The thumbprints are yours and your daughter's. Today, either pay up or go to jail for 8 de liang. Wu Jinjin was startled. She definitely didn't want to go to prison. She was uneducated and lacked culture. Unaware that the agreement wasn't legally binding, she only knew that repaying debts was the natural order of things. Dear relatives, please don't be angry. Although the money was taken by my mother, it was meant for Yanyin's dowry. You should ask my brother and his wife for it. Their goddaughter is so rich. They surely won't miss these 6,000 yuan. Holding the agreement, Wu's mother said. These are your mother's and your thumbprints. If I report this to the police, they will only look for you too. Forget it, I don't want the 6,000 anymore. Just give me back 3,000. I'll just take the loss this time. It's impossible to get Grandma Wu to part with the money. Once the money was in her pocket, it was hers. I don't have any money. Grandma Wu clutched her pocket tightly, as if to say there wasn't 300 silver taels there. Wu's mother laughed. No money, is it? Well, I'll just report you to the police. Xiangzi, go to the police station right now and get this old shrew and the young one arrested. No pay, no freedom. You really think I can be easily fooled, huh? Wu Chang was a simpleton and, hearing his mother's words, immediately pushed his bicycle, saying, All right, Mom, I'm on it. Wu Jinjin turned white with fear. Mom, please take the money out. I don't want to go to jail. I have elderly and young to care for. I don't want to go to jail. Seeing that Wu Chang was truly about to report to the police, Grandma Wu got scared too. At her ripe old age, she certainly didn't want to die in a cell. She immediately stood up from the ground and grabbed Wu Chang's bicycle. I'll pay back the money, just let it be. Wu's mother signaled to Wu Chang with her eyes, and he stopped his bicycle. Grandma Wu pulled out a shabby cloth pouch from her pocket, unwrapped it layer by layer to reveal the crisp blue-green 100 renminbi banknotes inside. She hadn't even warmed up this money before it swiftly became someone else's. As Wu's mother took the money from Grandma Wu, the old lady clutched the banknotes tightly. Wu's mother had to pull hard to retrieve them. After counting, she frowned. How come there's over 1,000 yuan missing? That 1,100 yuan had been spent on Wu Jinjin's bicycle and sewing machine, and Grandma Wu had used a dozen more to buy meat and new clothes. Grandma Wu said, That 1,000 was used to buy things. That's all I have left now. Hearing this, Wu Jinjin's heart skipped a beat. Her bicycle and sewing machine had only been bought a few days ago. She hadn't even learned to ride the bike, and she hadn't been willing to use the sewing machine yet. Wu's mother continued. Then those things will compensate for the money. Wu Jinjin screamed. No way. I don't agree. Wu's mother turned to Wu Chang. Qiangzi, maybe you should visit the police station after all. Okay. Wu Chang nodded. Wu Jinjin rushed to hold Wu Chang's bike. Compensate. Well, compensate you. Wu's mother was secretly thrilled. She had thought she'd lost those 3,000 yuan for good when Wu Yinyun was still a minor, but to her surprise, she managed to get it back. And it was all thanks to Anai Yang's tip. So, the procession set out to take the sewing machine and bicycle from Wu Jinjin's home. When they returned home, Wu's mother unceremoniously burned the agreement. After Wu's mother left, Grandma Wu sat in the empty courtyard, sobbing and wailing. Wu Jinjin sat beside her, joining in the crying. The mother and daughter had pinned their hopes on Wu Yinyun coming into a fortune, but in the end, it had all been in vain. After a good while of crying, Wu Jinjin gradually calmed down. Mom, don't cry. He's still your biological son after all. Now that they've recognized such a capable goddaughter, I refuse to believe he'll disown you, his own mother. At these words, Grandma Wu seemed to instantly find her backbone. Right. Jinjin, you're right. Wu Jinjin went on. Besides, my brother and his wife still have their home here. I refuse to believe they'll abandon it altogether. When the time comes, you must enjoy the good life with them. And don't forget about me. Grandma Wu patted Wu Jinjin's hand. Don't worry, Jinjin. With your brother's goddaughter being so rich, I won't let you down. Chapter 849. Times Create Heroes. A gentleman on the beam _2. On the other side, the Wu family of 6 sat in the car. At that time, traffic management in Beijing was not as strict as in later years, so even if the car was overloaded, no one cared. The car sped quickly, sending dust flying everywhere. Sitting in the back seat, Yan Erju frightened said, Sister Yang, where are you taking us? And Yang smiled and said, Don't worry, godmother. You'll know when we get there. Godmother? Yan Erju was stunned. She thought Yang was just pretending, but even on the car, Yang still called her godmother. Yang continued, Yin and I have a special connection. I also really like the 3 brothers Wu Dalong, Erlong and Xiaolong. Godfather and godmother, if you don't mind, I would like to be your goddaughter from now on. Wu Jinshu, not expecting Yang to say that, quickly said, We don't mind at all, Sister Yang. I think your aunt and I haven't. Wu Jinshu hadn't even finished speaking when Yang said, Since you don't mind, then from now on, you two are my godparents and Yin is my sister. Wu Dalong, Erlong, and Xiaolong are my brothers. That's great. I like Sister Yang. Wu Dalong blurted out. I like you too. Yang turned her gaze to Wu Yin and asked, Yin, what do you think? Wu Yin, sitting in the passenger seat, turned to Yang and said, Sister Yang. She was truly grateful to Yang. If it hadn't been for Yang today, she would have had to marry Wu Chang. Yang smiled slightly. Soon, the car entered a community and beautifully swerved to stop in front of an apartment building. Yang had bought many houses in the urban area before, and this apartment building was one of her properties. The house was simply furnished, but it had everything from pots and pans. Before Suehua was back in Beijing, they occasionally stayed here for a few days. Godfather, godmother, someone comes regularly to clean here. Except for the utensils we've used, everything else is new. You can live here from now on, Yang said. How could we possibly do that? Wu Jinshu exclaimed. Sister Yang, this is your house. How could we live here? Yang, smiling, said, Don't worry, godfather. It's not like I'm giving you this house for free. I'll charge you 10 yuan rent each month. Anyway, it's vacant otherwise. When you're later financially stable and want to buy a place, I can sell this apartment to you. Although Yang didn't care about this particular property, she knew Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju were honest people who wouldn't accept her gift without cause, hence, she proposed renting it to them. The apartment had 4 rooms and 2 living rooms, and with 2 bathrooms, there was plenty of space for everyone in the Wu family. Wu Jinshu looked around the house. Sister Yang, such a nice place and you only charge 10 yuan a month. Even though it was simply decorated, in Wu Jinshu's eyes it was extremely luxurious. The house had everything, even tile and wooden flooring. After all, even Wu Lan's basic mud house rented for 10 yuan a month. And I Yang said, the house remains vacant anyway, and I wouldn't feel comfortable renting it to strangers. Renting it to you and godmother gives me peace of mind. With that, Wu Jinshu felt much relieved. And I Yang then said, Godmother, look, there's a small yard in front of the first floor. You could plant some vegetables there when you're free. Yan Erju really liked the house, but she was still a bit embarrassed. Sister Yang Yang, the rent you're asking is too low. And I Yang, smiling, said, we're not strangers after all. I couldn't rent this place out for a single cent when it's vacant. Wu Yanyan also liked this new home, but was concerned about Grandma Wu. Now that we've all moved here, what about Grandma? Wu Jinshu didn't say anything. Yan Erju was still upset. Your grandma deserves it. Wu Yanyan continued, but Grandma is so elderly now, and when we were leaving, Aunt Wu was still asking her for money. Even though her grandmother was willing to marry her off to Wu Chang, Wu Yanyan still felt a bit worried for her. Especially since she had found out she was not the biological daughter of Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju. Seeing Wu Yanyan like this, and I Yang spoke bluntly, Godmother is right, your grandma deserves it, it's her own fault. Your family's life isn't unbearable. She had a good life and chose not to live it, instead causing trouble. Have you ever thought about what would happen if you had married Wu Chang? Chapter 850. Times Create Heroes. A Gentleman on the Beam _3. And I Yang paused for a moment and then continued. After marrying Wu Chang, you would transform from a young girl into a housewife, not only bearing children for Wu Chang, but also acting as a stepmother to his 2 daughters. You are only 17 years old this year. If you don't marry Wu Chang, you can continue your studies, go to university, and have endless possibilities in the future. Your life was almost completely ruined by your grandmother's actions. And I Yang's words were cutting, and Wu Yanyan's face changed. But she is, after all, my grandmother. Upon hearing this, and I Yang knew Wu Yanyan would definitely be soft-hearted towards Grandma Wu in the future. Knowing how manipulative Grandma Wu could be, if Wu Yanyan became soft-hearted, who knew what she might end up doing? No. It was essential to completely sever the notion Wu Yanyan held towards the Wu family. And I Yang narrowed her eyes and continued. Just because she's your grandmother, does that mean she can just sell you off to someone else to become a stepmother? Yanyan, if you think just because your grandmother is old, you should forgive all her faults, then you might as well go back and marry Wu Chang or even Zhao Chang. This time, I absolutely will not meddle anymore. Wu Yanyan's face went pale and she immediately explained. No, Sister Yang Yang, that's not what I mean. I wasn't suggesting you are meddling too much. I'm just a bit worried about her because she's getting old. And I Yang remained calm. Yanyan, everyone must take responsibility for their faults. Old age is not an excuse to escape responsibility. Your grandmother is only reaping what she sowed. Uncle, don't you think I'm right? At that last sentence, and I Yang looked up at Wu Jinshu. Wu Jinshu initially shared the same thoughts as Wu Yanyan. After all, that woman was his own mother, and he couldn't just ignore her. But after listening to N.I. Yang, he came to a sudden realization. Yes, old age should not be an excuse to avoid responsibilities. If it wasn't for N.I. Yang today, Wu Yanyan's life would be ruined. Wu Jinshu nodded. Yang Yang is right. Seeing Wu Jinshu agree, N.I. Yang sighed in relief, thinking he might have been foolishly filial. Wu Yanyan nodded. Yang Yang, I understand now. N.I. Yang then took out a stack of RMB from her bag. Godfather, here is 4,000 yuan. Consider it a loan from me. Since she had decided to help Wu Yanyan, N.I. Yang was committed to supporting her all the way. Plus, N.I. Yang was becoming more and more certain about the outcome she suspected. Although the results were not out yet. But she could see traces of N.I. Quihua's past kindness and weakness in Wu Yanyan. She was still worried about Grandma Wu even after all the mistreatment she had received from her. Wu Jinshu hastily refused. Yang Yang, you've already helped our family a lot. I can't accept this money. And I Yang smiled and said, Godfather, just hear me out. Don't be in a hurry to refuse. Your family has 4 children, and after the second half of the year, Yanyan, Dalong, and Erlong will definitely need to continue their studies. With the rent and utility bills, There will be significant expenses again soon. Although you and godmother can make 80 yuan a month working at the noodle restaurant, relying on those 80 yuan, you will never be able to make serious money. Since the year before last, our area has completely abolished the coupon-based shopping system, and individual enterprises are also gradually being accepted by everyone, so I suggest you take this money and start a business. Once you've made some money, you can return what you owe me with interest. Now is a good opportunity to make money, and I Young didn't want Wu Jinshu to miss such a great chance. There won't be another 80s. Do business. Wu Jinshu was startled. I don't know anything. How can I do business? And I Young paused, then asked, what did you and godmother do for work before? Urju replied, I carried rice at the rice shop, and your godfather worked as a laborer on the construction site. And I Young narrowed her eyes. So godfather, you must know a lot of construction workers from your time on the construction site, right? Yes, Wu Jinshu nodded. The workers at the construction site I used to work at were almost all from the same village. It's hard for outsiders to integrate into a group of construction workers introduced by fellow villagers. And I Young thought for a moment and then said, then you could start a construction company. It would be even more convenient if everyone is from the same hometown. She very well remembered many real estate magnates in future generations who made their fortunes through construction companies. And in the 80s, China was developing, with countless skyscrapers yet to rise from the ground. Chapter 851. Times Create Heroes. A Gentleman on the Beam _4. The construction industry is really in demand. Heroes are made by the times, policies, and opportunities. As long as you seize the moment, in this era full of business opportunities, becoming wealthy is truly easy. But your godmother and I can't read, Wu Jinshu said, scratching his head somewhat embarrassedly. And I Yang replied, Yin still has more than 3 months before school starts. You and godmother can take this time to let her teach you some things, to recognize a few characters first, then you can slowly learn later on. Hard work never fails the determined, and I Yang had also known many rich people in the future, who hadn't even stepped foot into a school. Their only difference from educated people was a graduation certificate. And I Yang continued, if you want to give it a try, I can help you look out for a storefront. You can start planning now. After all, you have worked on the construction site before, so you don't need to worry about connections. You don't need much capital to start a construction company. When there's work, call the brothers. When there's none, everyone goes home. Wu Jinshu was hesitant. He was afraid he wouldn't do well. And I Yang added, Uncle, you're still young. Even if not for yourself, you should try for the kids. You've worked on construction sites for so long and definitely know a lot of people and are quite familiar with the industry. There's truly nothing to worry about. Many outsiders have succeeded, and you're far more knowledgeable than them. What if it fails on me? Asked Wu Jinshu. He used to just think about finding a job with good pay, never considering going it alone. And I Yang said with a smile, if you want to get rich and expand your business, don't be afraid of failure. Because no one's success comes that easily. Hey race, what will do? I'll give you another 5,000 yuan, which will be my investment in buying shares. If you make money, you can share the profits with me at the end of the year. As she spoke, Anai Yang took another 5,000 yuan in cash from her bag. Usually, Anai Yang wouldn't carry so much cash in her bag, but today she planned to deposit it in the bank. Yang, aren't you afraid? Wu Jinshu was startled by Anai Yang. She just kept handing out 5,000 yuan. Wasn't she afraid of losing money? Anai Yang smiled. What's there to be afraid of? You'll never get rich if you're always timid. Godfather, it's my money and I'm not afraid, so what are you afraid of? Wu Jinshu was stunned for a moment. At that moment, Yan Erju suddenly spoke. Dad, I've decided what Yang said makes sense. Why don't you give it a try? What if it works out? Wu Yanyan said. Dad, I also think Yang is right. Seeing that the time was ripe, Anai Yang said, Godfather, in this life, people should always take risks without reservation at least once. Without trying, you'll never know how great your potential is. Wu Jinshu nodded. All right. Yang, I'll listen to you. Okay, Anai Yang nodded. Then I'll watch out for storefronts. Wu Jinshu continued. Thanks so much, Yang Yang. You've helped our family so much, I don't even know how to thank you properly. And I Yang looked at Wu Jinshu and said, I think the best thank you is not to be soft-hearted. Wu Jinshu knew what an I Yang meant. Don't worry, I won't be. After talking about these things, an I Yang went on, Godfather, Godmother, it's your first time moving over today. First, get to know the surrounding area. The house is fully equipped with sheets and quilt covers. You just need to buy some clothes to change into. Just turn right outside the community gate, and there's a department store. As for your old home, I suggest you don't go back for now. Okay, Wu Jinshu nodded. And I Yang picked up her bag. I have other matters, so we'll leave first. Wu Jinshu and Yan Erju wanted to see I Yang off, but she said with a smile, Godfather, Godmother, no need to fuss. Let Yin Yin escort me. And I Yang left the building with Wu Yin Yin. Yang Yang, thank you so much for today. And I Yang replied with a smile, Yin Yin, you've already thanked me. And I'll say it again, the best thanks is to not be soft-hearted. With someone like your grandmother, don't think about repaying evil with kindness. If you do, she will only ask for more and it'll be endless. It's been hard for your family to find peace. Don't let an old lady disturb it. Right, Wu Yinyin nodded. And I Yang patted Wu Yinyin on the shoulder. As long as you understand. I'll be off now. Yang Yang, be careful on your way, said Wu Yinyin. Don't worry. And I Yang assured before getting into the car and driving off. Chapter 852. Times Create Heroes. A Gentleman on the Beam _5. And I Yang recalled how she had raced the car on the way over, and Wu Yinyin continued. Yang Yang, take it slow on your way back. MHM, and I Yang nodded, I will. However, before even a blink of an eye, the car had already disappeared from Wu Yinyan's view. This is way too fast, isn't it? What happened to driving slowly? Wu Yinyan opened her mouth in disbelief. And I Yang hadn't felt this adrenaline rush of speed in a long time. In her previous life, because of Beijing's traffic congestion, she would go to official race tracks to experience the thrill of racing. But now in the 80s, Beijing's traffic signals were still not fully functional, and it was difficult for an ordinary family to buy even a bicycle. Where could traffic congestion come from? Without traffic restrictions or speed limits, and without waiting for traffic lights, the boss and I was very satisfied. Passers-by were continuously amazed. This is too impressive. Du Jiaojiao's eyes widened as she quickly tugged on Grandpa Du's sleeve. Look over there. Grandpa Du remained calm, twirling his Buddha beads. I saw it. To Du Jiaojiao, it might be incredibly impressive, but for Grandpa Du, it was nothing unusual. He had once driven while being pursued, navigating unharmed through a hail of bullets. Such a small trick could only deceive a naive girl like Du Jiaojiao. Without a second thought, he knew it was something a rich young man would use to attract girls. Just then, a strand of long hair floated out of the car window, tracing a perfect arc through the air. A woman? Grandpa Du raised his eyebrows slightly. My goodness! The driver is actually a woman. Du Jiaojiao nearly jumped for joy. Did you see that just now? Women drivers in this era were rare, Du Jiaojiao included. In this era, a woman driving was a novelty, so Grandpa Du remained calm. I saw it. Du Jiaojiao looked at him with disdain. How can you look so unexcited? There's nothing to be excited about, Grandpa Du said in a bland tone. Du Jiaojiao shook her head. It's so boring to be with someone like you. Grandpa Du said nothing, calmly twirling his Buddha beads. Du Jiaojiao went on to say, I've decided from today on I'm going to learn to drive. Grandpa Du replied, I'll have Ziki teach you. Can't you teach me yourself? Du Jiaojiao knew Grandpa Du was a good driver. Don't worry, Ziki has more than enough skill to teach you, Grandpa Du assured her. Du Jiaojiao did not say much more. And I Yang parked the car in front of Fragrant Beauty and then walked in. Coincidentally, Fragrant Beauty was also Du Jiaojiao and Grandpa Du's destination. Seeing the familiar sedan, Du Jiaojiao exclaimed in surprise. Isn't that the car we just saw? Indeed it is. Grandpa Du had a good memory for license plate numbers. I really want to see what the driver looks like, Du Jiaojiao continued. But the most important thing right now is to fill our stomachs. Let's go in quickly. The waiter led the two upstairs. The usual for both of you? Du Jiaojiao nodded. He's vegetarian. Grandpa Dus' hand paused while twirling the Buddha beads, ultimately remaining silent. The taste of fragrant bowties dishes really was beyond reproach. Even a simple vegetarian dish was full of color, fragrance, and flavor. When the two left Fragrant Beauty, the sedan was still parked at the entrance. That person hasn't left yet. Shall we stand here for a bit and see what the driver looks like? Suggested Du Jiaojiao. I'm not as bored as you, Grandpa Du said lacklusterly. Du Jiaojiao had anticipated the response and waved her hand. Never mind, let's go back. As soon as they returned to Mansion Deming, the manager came over carrying a bird cage. Grandpa Du, we just caught this myna. It's very smart and can even talk. Grandpa Dus' main interests were usually feeding fish and playing with birds, so Mansion Deming had a pond full of imported koi. Hearing about the talking myna, Grandpa Dus' interest was piqued. Oh, what can it say? The manager thought for a moment, then said, I think it's Ing. Yes, that's it. Ing. Just then, the bird in the cage thrashed its wings fiercely and snapped. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. At this, the manager's face showed an embarrassed expression. It really was saying Ing just now. Grandpa Du said, let it go. Chapter 853. Times Create Heroes. A Gentleman on the Beam _6. The steward was taken aback. Master Du twirled the Buddha beads. This myna bird's feathers shine brightly and it chirps crisply. Clearly it has been domesticated. Aren't you afraid its owner will be worried, now that you've captured it? The steward continued. I figure this myna must have sneaked out by itself. A bird like this, kept in captivity for a long time and suddenly set free outside, has absolutely no survival skills. If released, it wouldn't only fail to find its way home, but might also face the risk of starving to death. The myna in the cage, as if understanding the steward's words, started calling out desperately. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Master Du nodded. You have a point, let's keep it then. This myna was indeed amusing. He had raised many birds, including parrots and mynas, but never had he seen a bird that could curse. Master Du, with his right hand still holding the Buddha beads, flicked the bird cage. Be good. With these two mild words, the previously agitated myna calmed down instantly. Its feathers, which had been standing on end, gradually relaxed as it shrank into a corner, trembling. But as soon as Master Du turned away, the previously silent bird became fierce again, yelling, Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Master Du glanced back slightly. Starve it for a meal. Okay. The steward nodded. This time, the myna in the cage dared not make a fuss anymore. Realizing that preserving its own life was the priority, its expression was particularly aggrieved. The steward chuckled, saying, It seems to understand us. Yang handed over the storefront matters to Gulanji. Gulanji had wide connections in Beijing, and for her, renting a storefront was a minor matter. After that, Yang discussed some other matters with her, and by the time she returned to the Zheng family, it was already past 8 at night. It had truly been an exhausting day. Yang took a luxurious rose oil bath and went to bed. The next morning, the first thing Tsuehua said to Yang was, Yang, Duo might be lost. Duo is lost. Yang frowned slightly. Tsuehua nodded and continued, I haven't seen Duo since yesterday afternoon. Last night I specifically left a window open for it, but it didn't return. This was quite strange. Although Duo was free-range, it used to come home several times a day, and it rested at night in the artificial tree inside the villa. Yang continued. Did it go back to Jinghua village? Duo was a nostalgic bird and occasionally flew back to Jinghua village for a visit. No, Tsuehua shook her head. I just called your aunt and she said she hasn't seen Duo return. Yang picked up a bun. Then I'll go look for it. Where will you look? Tsuehua asked. I'll check the nearby park, Yang replied. Walking out of the Zheng family, Yang ate the bun while calling for Duo. Duo, although a bird, was smart and understood human nature. Whenever she called its name, As long as it heard her, no matter the distance, it would fly to her. But this time, Enai Yang almost shouted herself hoarse and still saw no sign of Duo, not even in the nearby park. Could it really be lost? Enai Yang's face turned pale, and suddenly, the bun in her hand lost its appeal. When she first brought Duo home, it was just a little bird with barely grown feathers. She had struggled to raise it, dealing with its mess until it had grown, and now it was lost. Duo. Chirp. Just then, a black shape flew toward her from a distance. It was Duo. Enai Yang breathed a sigh of relief, but as the dark figure approached, she realized it wasn't Duo after all. It was just another myna bird that looked exactly like Duo. Yet from Enai Yang, the seasoned mother's perspective, this myna was a bit uglier than Duo. Duo would always be the most beautiful child in her eyes. Tweet. This myna bird had been circling above Enai Yang's head. And Enai Yang just realized that this bird was one of Duo's many flings. As a womanizer of the bird world, Duo had brought quite a few female myna birds home for a free meal. Enai Yang was particularly impressed with this myna bird because of its unique claws. Do you mean to tell me you know where Duo is? Tweet. The myna bird flapped its wings, turned direction, and flew off, glancing back at Enai Yang as it went. Enai Yang immediately started running to keep up. Fortunately, Enai Yang was in good shape and didn't feel tired even after running 2 or 3 kilometers. Tweet. The myna bird stopped in front of an ancient-looking mansion. Is Duo in there? Enai Yang asked. Tweet. Then he'll knock on the door. The myna bird continued to hover above Enai Yang. An old-fashioned sign reading Demingxian hung on the grand entrance. Anyone living in Demingxian was no ordinary person, and naturally, one couldn't enter without an appointment. Enai Yang turned away at the door, felt a headache coming on. Tweet. The myna bird overhead seemed frantic. What should I do? Enai Yang extended a finger and massaged her temple. Just then, Enai Yang noticed that the walls of Demingxian weren't very tall. Maybe she could climb over. Although it seemed a bit wrong, saving a bird was more important. She wasn't there to steal anything after all. Enai Yang made her way to the back of Demingxian, quickly scaled the wall, and jumped down neatly. Due to unfamiliarity with the terrain, the spot she chose to land was right by an arched door, and just as she landed, someone happened to be passing by. Protect Du Yi. The area immediately went into high alert. Walking in front, Du Jiaojiao instinctively moved to shield Du Yi. Du Yi, a grown man, didn't need a woman's protection. Pushing Du Jiaojiao aside, he stepped forward. When Enai Yang saw Du Yi, she thought she was seeing things. Am I seeing things? If I had known this was your place, I would have come through the main entrance. Du Yi didn't seem surprised at all. His narrow eyes twinkled with mischief. How come you've turned into a rooftop gentleman? Enai Yang patted the dust off her clothes. A rooftop gentleman is out of necessity. I'm here looking for my son. Your son? Du Yi frowned slightly, incredulous. When did you have a son? How do I not know about this? Enai Yang arched her brow. Look at you. Do I need to report to you when I have a son? Tweet. Just then, the myna bird circling overhead called out again. Enai Yang followed the myna bird forward and turned to look at Du Yi. Since this is your turf, I won't stand on ceremony. No need for ceremony. Du Yi's expression slowly returned to normal. Du Jiaojiao tugged at Du Yi's sleeve and whispered. Did you bring back this romantic debt from outside? She's quite pretty. That's not it. Du Yi paused, twisting the Buddha beads in his hand. Don't talk nonsense. Du Jiaojiao rolled her eyes speechlessly. You even have a son, yet you still won't admit it. Chapter 854. Offended the wrong person. Dog food manufacturer Du Jiaojiao had many mishaps with romance previously, which, coupled with Enai Yang coming to find her son, led to some misunderstandings. Gazing at Enai Yang, Du Jiaojiao's eyes sparkled with admiration. I say, you've got quite the taste this time. Such a beautiful young girl. And I doubt we could find another like her in all of Shanghai. She had a son for you, and you're still not satisfied? That son isn't mine, Du said with a tone of helplessness. Du Jiaojiao stared wide-eyed at Du, incredulous. You've been cheated on? Dust's breath hitched. You're venturing way off topic. Then what do you mean? If you haven't been cheated on, why deny your own son? That's not right. Du Jiaojiao argued. Twisting the Buddha beads, Du replied, stop guessing. Anai Yang and I are not what you think. She is also the person who saved me earlier. Is that truly her? Du Jiaojiao expressed her skepticism. Really? Du Jiaojiao had always been curious about Dust's mysterious lifesaver, and never anticipated it was the young girl before her. They say no one is perfect, but Du Jiaojiao was still in disbelief. Such a beautiful young girl, and yet so capable. Unbelievable indeed. Absolutely true, Du affirmed, his expression unreadable. Knowing Du was not one to jest, and he had no reason to joke about this matter, Du Jiaojiao asked curiously. Then why is she here looking for her son? Did you hide her son? I don't even know who her son is, Du replied innocently. Looking towards Anai Yang, Du Jiaojiao remarked. Not to mention this young lady is really beautiful. No wonder you compared her with Change last time. She doesn't look like someone who has had a child. Glancing at Du Jiaojiao, Du retorted. You speak as though you've had one. Du Jiaojiao rolled her eyes at Du. The two casually followed Anai Yang. Anai Yang kept following the leader's son parakeet, walking through the corridor and arriving at the garden's back. Seeing how earnestly Anai Yang was searching, Du Jiaojiao elbowed Du. You didn't really hide her son, did you? Why would I hide her son? Du countered. Du Jiaojiao eyed Du seriously. Maybe to become her kid's stepdad. Dust's breath hitched again. Don't spout nonsense. Du Jiaojiao's face was alight with teasing. I guessed it, didn't I? You think you can read minds? Du said calmly while twirling his Buddha beads. Du Jiaojiao continued. Getting to marry such a pretty girl, even if it means being someone's stepdad, wouldn't be a loss. This time, Du didn't respond. He knew Jiaojiao too well. If he kept responding, Jiaojiao would never stop teasing. Are you admitting it? Du Jiaojiao nudged Du again. Du remained silent. Du Jiaojiao scoffed lightly. Anai Yang had searched around in the garden, and hadn't found Duo. Miss, did you find your son? Du Jiaojiao approached. Need any help? Thank you. Before Anai Yang could finish, a crisp voice filled the air. Yang, Duo. Anai Yang's face lit up. Hearing Anai Yang's response, Duo called out even more joyously. Yang. The sun parakeet spiraling above Anai Yang's head seemed extremely excited, chirping non-stop. Who's talking? Du Jiaojiao scratched her head, looking at Anai Yang. Your son? Yep. Anai Yang nodded, her gaze catching a middle-aged man walking towards them with a birdcage covered by a black cloth. Yang. Anai Yang approached the middle-aged man. Excuse me, sir. May I take a look at what you're holding? The middle-aged man paused, about to ask who Anai Yang was, but Du interjected. Open it for Miss and I to see. Having lived in this place for so long, Du had never brought any woman other than Du Jiaojiao here. Anai Yang was most likely the first. The middle-aged man promptly lifted the black cloth over the birdcage, and Duo was ecstatic. Yang. Seeing Duo inside the cage, Anai Yang breathed a sigh of relief. Duo. Du Jiaojiao was stunned. She had never imagined Anai Yang's son would be a bird. She had genuinely thought Anai Yang had a real son. Why was he still locked up? Anai Yang said as she began to open the birdcage. Why was he let out? Before the middle-aged man could speak, Duo flew directly to Anai Yang's shoulder, rubbing his small head against her chin incessantly. Yang. You're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.